The train headed for Sunset City will be departing soon.
Alright, I'd like to welcome you all to today's first ever Sunset City Mental Health Day. Today, we will be doing mental gymnastics like you've never seen before, all for the sake of preserving our mental health. So, start off. Sonic 06 is very, very good, actually.
This is not going to be good for my
as
mental
if
health.
I would disagree with that though.
See, I would participate in these mental gymnastics, but I don't want to pull anything.
Yeah, I don't want to get all sweaty.
There's a risk of injury.
Risk of injury.
I'm going to pull that muscle in my brain.
Gotta, properly stretch first. You gotta get all warmed up.
All right.
So
who wants?
Some of us are a little up there in age, so
yes.
the joints are a little stiff.
The advanced year of 38 years old.
Oh, it's gonna come to you, pup. You're gonna for whatever reason, you're gonna jog towards something. You're gonna realize you're running really awkward.
Fantastic. That's the first time anything's come to me in ages. Who wants to do the thing? Damn it.
Hello, everybody. It's time for Sunset City, the classic podcast for the modern age. Sonic. Welcome. Today I'm Garrulous64, joined by Channel Pup.
So today you're Garrulous 60. That's great. Ah, man.
What are you going to be tomorrow? Are you going to
And
be?
then we have. I hope not. Next we have Gotta Be Frank.
He's gonna be mean tomorrow, so he's gonna have all of my misfortune. Hi, everybody.
And Dave Ace.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah.
Yes.
Dylan,
And Trey.
Dylan, real
Yes.
quick. If you do become me, you do have a Sonic without defeating a Badnik to start working on, so better get to it.
I'll power through that for you, sure. Let's see. Wait, what game is it? Can you say?
Oh wait, no, I can't say what it is.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for being here. As always, we have our little housekeeping things like you can send super chats. We'll read them at the end of the stream, and also channel memberships and Patreons get access to certain special things. Bat Enjoyer tiers get shout outs at the beginning of these streams, and also that's pretty much it usually. Do we have a list of things, people? The people names?
Yes, it's time for the list. All right.
Yes, thank you to these
Preparing
people.
for this. Been waiting for this my whole life. Okay, we begin with My Great Rolls, with a side of Ven 101, with a garnish of Aiden Fitzgerald, with, fucking no more food puns. Stardust Chaos, Crimson Rose, Mr. SP, and KB. Thank you to our great patrons for supporting our show. Without them,
Yes. Thank all
not
of
only
you.
would
and
it not
thank them.
exist, I would have killed Dylan. That's the you gotta donate to keep him alive.
That's interesting. Hadn't heard that one yet. That's new information to me.
Yeah, dig
It's in
deeper.
the
I'll take
contract.
dig deeper. I'll take his poop sack away.
It's in the contract. You have to read below the fine print. It's even finer than that. It's really weird. But
It's called pixel print.
there-
It's it's even smaller than a pixel.
yeah, it's so stupid.
Wow, way to just slag off my fucking patent. Thank you. Okay, well that's fine.
Hey, you sent mine as an image, and I'm like, what the hell is this? I was like, you ever heard of stenography? I'm like, oh god.
I decided to send you your small print in the form of a riddle, and you still haven't figured it out yet, which is excellent.
Oh no, I've just been too lazy to do it.
The riddle. The
All right.
answer
The
to
riddle
it's just,
insists upon itself.
you get nothing.
Hate to
You
barge in
lose.
on this
Good
wonderful
day, sir.
conversation that we're having, but someone in the chat pointed out that they can barely hear Channel Pup, and I just replayed a bit of the stream, and you are a bit on the quiet side for the stream.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
should
that
be
tends to
thankful
happen.
for that. Let me fix. Let me improve.
No. Usually he's too loud.
What a strange thing for you to wish for. Someone else just fill the space while I try and figure this out.
Yeah. So today we're gonna be talking about Sonic.
Oh man.
I don't
Yeah.
know why my
I mean,
Okay, I
Key
think I
things
fixed
to
it.
talk about.
Really quick thing I could talk about. Sonic R has been or they did like the disassembly for Sonic R.
Wasn't it the I thought it was the
Sonic R?
fighters.
What?
Oh, it's
Fighters again?
Oh,
fighters.
Sonic the Fighters. My bad. I got the two mixed up.
Yeah,
I was
I
about
hope
to
they
say, wait,
decompile
where's the
Sonic
Sonic R decomp? I need that.
Yeah, no, I need that.
Dave,
I want that
Dave-
shit. That'll be better than the Roblox one, probably.
Okay,
but
so
also,
first
just a quick thing to
We've
mention
already got a
about
PC
it. Yeah,
port
go for
of
it.
Sonic R. It's not
yeah,
the
I was
exact
gonna
same,
say
but-
that. It's like we have it on PC, but yeah, that was my mistake. Sonic the Fighters, and I'm gonna assume this is the Xbox Live version because obviously the tools
Yes,
exist
yeah.
now. So that's
Yeah,
actually
so
gonna be really
the deal
cool.
with it is currently, it's not finished. It's not like you can't just grab it like the Unleashed thing yet. It has been decompiled, but that does not mean there's a PC port of it yet. So
I
that's just the
believe-
important thing to know.
It's
I
something
had
that
someone explain
they
this to
will.
me. I believe it's disassembled when it's decompiled, and we have that would be like the PC port. So
Yeah,
I know
now we
there's
just
like a
need to
Sonic
like
Yeah, no,
put it
Mega
back
book.
together.
Yeah,
so
I
like
also
basically
just wanted
what
to.
a decompilation is they've taken all of the code of the game, they've run it through all those tools, and they've turned it into what's called assembly language, which means they're able to now edit things and actually get the game working on different hardware and also start adding things and fixing things, yada yada yada, that kind of thing. I'm extremely loud, they said. Yeah, no, I'm at my parents' house right now, so I'm using my
I've
phone
turned
as a
you
microphone.
down. No, I've literally turned you down.
I was
So
gonna say that
since
Dylan's only
that-
loud because I mean, you can hear the enthusiasm.
yeah, exactly. But since that message, I've
People,
already turned you
people
down.
talk loud
So
when they want to sound smart, right?
So people on Twitter really think they sound smart.
Yeah,
Gotta type in all caps.
yeah, they do.
well, at least over on Twitter, they're free to suck butts if they want to.
Hey, hey, we're still on YouTube.
Oh, by the way, just an update on that, everybody. While your favorite right-wing grifters are saying everything but the N-word, our dispute was denied. Sucking butts is just not allowed, apparently, so that's fine. We will be turning into a hate speech channel very, very, very soon, and you'll love it.
Well, it's great to announce my departure then.
No, Frank, you're gonna sit here and take it.
No, I'm just gonna start at dawn.
There will be no at dawn ever.
You guys want to join me?
Yeah,
Like
I'll
Frank
join you for that,
threatens-
Don.
Frank threatens at dawn every single podcast episode.
Let's see if we can bring Trey along.
Well,
I'm up at
there's
dawn
no use
anyway,
in that.
so, you know.
Trey is too busy in Hollywood today with his.
Oh, he's not.
He's
so
at-
far
he's
from
at-
where I
he's-
am, then.
He's at the fucking Met Gala right now. Like,
That's not going on
look
right
at
now.
me.
yes,
not-
it is. They
not
started
with-
it back up just for Trey.
Oh, yeah,
Just
okay.
for Trey.
The Trey
The
Gala.
Trey Gala. Yeah.
Talk about a betrayal.
Oh.
I'm seeing that
See?
my microphone is peaking the fuck
love you,
out
Trey.
here when I'm laughing, so I'm a little dubious about this volume.
See, that's how you know at dawn is we're gonna do well.
There needs to be, like, I tell you what, if AI wants to do anything, can we get AI-assisted audio leveling in OBS? That I'll accept. Like,
You know, that's not a horrible idea.
It's not
Like-
a horrible idea, but I pray for those processors.
Oh yeah.
That GPU.
I think the big issue with AI that I can tell is just the generative AI stuff. Like anything that seems to be more like a tool to assist, I don't think deserves as much flack.
I mean, never forget the Great Fry Cook Revolution when Hamburger Helper was introduced. These things need time to integrate themselves into society. What I'm saying is,
people
I think
are integrating the AI into society, but this is by force.
the point I'm
it's
trying
kinda
to
by force.
the point I'm trying to make is, I think AI should become Hamburger Helper rather than becoming the hamburger itself.
Try telling that to every corporate owner right now.
Yeah,
I'm
tell
gonna
it to
go.
Microsoft
I'll
and
just. I'll
Copilot
fucking
and
kill them.
everything.
It'll be fine. Don't worry. I'll destroy them.
Oh, hey, new features. Powered by Copilot. Oh, God. The freaking NBA. There's like an NBA app that's using Copilot.
Why?
I saw there was like
Why doesn't use Copilot?
Probably for stats or something. I really don't know.
But like, okay.
KB, the robots are running the Navy, not the Navy.
Not the Navy.
You don't
Robots
race
are
the Navy's
destroying the
automated phone
world.
service.
Our world.
I need the song that goes beep boo boo bop boo 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 bop. No, you're
No,
thinking
man,
of the
you're
one that
thinking of
goes
the song that goes
beep,
beep
boo,
boo boo bop, beep boo bop.
B.
Just do the whole episode. Why don't we just do the whole episode?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
just
why don't we
reenact
just
the
do-
entire episode?
SpongeBob as the like fucking Sponge Set City.
Sponge Set City.
That's finally the
Sponge.
SpongeBob podcast for the modern and classic age.
Oh yeah, so apparently, since we are just really quick, since we are bringing up SpongeBob, apparently one of the Nickelodeon channels is just going to be a 24/7 SpongeBob channel, like on cable.
I'm surprised
Yeah,
they haven't done
I
that
saw
sooner.
that.
To be honest, they
Well, I
fucking
guess.
love that show.
But I think
I mean-
I think it's just for this month, right? Though,
I'm not 100%
Probably
sure.
testing the waters, right? Probably just
because I
testing it
know
out.
this month is the month. May 1st was when SpongeBob first premiered, 1999. So like, I think they just rebranded the
Oh.
channel to being like a SpongeBob channel thing
Oh,
for
okay.
like the anniversary.
It's funny because this is a thing that like other streaming services like Disney Plus do with their shows. Like they have a 24/7 Simpsons channel, which yeah, it makes sense. There's a lot of episodes, and you could go through an entire summer of it and not repeat an episode.
I do think it's kind of neat that like these streaming services are doing little things here and there to kind of replicate the terrestrial experience to some extent, even though it's clearly a little predatory. It's like TV is predominantly streaming now, but like there are
Yeah.
elements of like the terrestrial programming that I kind of miss. I've been watching some reality TV shows over here lately just because I've been feeling nostalgic. It's like, oh my god, ads, and like they haven't fucking changed a bit. What the hell? Like except for the there's eToro, the stocks website. Their ad is entirely AI generated, so that's great. I love this timeline
God.
so much. This is not the apocalyptic at all.
I think I found like a Skechers ad or something that was AI generated because it was like they had some celebrity
Yeah, like
and they had
Sick
her
Toes.
doing a dance, but it was one of those celebrities that would not be able to physically do that.
The
I think
only
the thing
AI
is-
ad.
Go on.
Go on.
No,
Oh,
you
I
can
was
go
just
for
gonna
it.
say the only AI ad that I've come across was the DoorDash one. It's
I
just
have
got
not
like
seen
this weird talking cat, but like it's clearly AI generated, and it's really weird.
I
There's,
miss when they would do shit. I miss when they did shit like that with just animation.
I don't know about America. I'm pretty sure you have these ads as well. But in case you don't, we've got like every like Christmas time, there was always the old joke of like, it's not Christmas time until that Coca-Cola commercial comes on with the holidays are coming song and stuff like that.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like
Yeah,
it's a staple of
we
the
got-
holiday season. Last year's
We
one
have
was
like the
entirely
Mariah Carey incident where
Well,
it's like
last-
she unthaws and then that's the holiday season.
well, last year's one was entirely AI generated. I was like, great, Christmas is cancelled.
Yeah,
Um,
that one got a lot of pushback from.
Yeah, rightly
from
so.
people.
Personally, though, I think the real correct reaction to this, because this is the thing that's going to make the corporates unhappy, is if every time you see an AI commercial, you just go, ha, poor, because couldn't even afford a film crew.
Okay, I'm actually so down for that. That's fucking really funny. We should do that. Every time there's an AI generated thing from a big company, we should just be like, wow, it looks like you're out of money then, huh, you little bitch?
I think we
Interesting.
should just we need to make more mockery. We need to bully
don't-
them rather than get upset.
I don't think it's gonna matter though.
No, it's not gonna matter, but it'll feel
You got to
good.
make it a movement.
Probably.
It'll
Well,
feel good
um,
for sure, but like
Tom
the general
Topics
public
has-
just won't care.
Well, I've had a discussion with Tom Topics about it, and he's basically said AI as it is probably isn't going to be... Actually, I'm not quoting him here because I don't listen at all, but I think he said something to the effect of, like it's not going to be sustainable in the long run because it's going to run out of stuff to pull from. Artists are effectively going to mutiny, and it's like, yeah, it's like they're going to need to reload this thing every so often, and who you going to call? So, yeah. But that's enough about AI, because the world is depressing enough. Let's talk about something that isn't depressing for a second.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog.
So Movie Shadow will be free in Sonic Rumble for the next month. So, guys, What are you waiting for? Fire up those fucking Dutch Google Play accounts and get involved.
Any of you American, now Canadian citizens, hey, hop on some Sonic Rumble. It actually doesn't take too long to do it. You could realistically get it done in like 2 days, because if you play on mobile, you can get your you're basically collecting coins that you see in the stages, but if you play on mobile, you can do a raffle. You can select 2. And on mobile, you can watch an ad to get a third pick, and you only need 4 to get Shadow.
Oh yeah, Movie Shadow is so super duper easy to unlock. All you have to do is
days.
first you procure the game. That's the hardest part of unlocking Movie Shadow.
If you are on Android, I will not say how to do it, but I will say it is very easy to do.
I've already basically said it, but I'm not an official creator. If you guys want to condemn me real quick to keep your relations good, that's fine.
Oh no, how dare you?
Condemn me to the pits of hell.
This is definitely not the intended way.
How dare they play a free game?
How dare they play free game?
And
Right.
you
I mean,
pup.
to be honest, you do what you want to do with it, but I will say that if anything were to happen to the account before global launch, you're not going to get much help from support, because they're going to ask you if you got it officially, and then they're just going to stop right there.
Oh yeah, 100%. So it's why I'm very protective of everything I've got in there.
So
That
just
and-
keep in mind, if you decide to do it, you try to get early access to it, it comes with its risk factors. Plus, you won't be able to really buy anything off the shop.
Yeah, you won't be able to buy stuff because it's like
Unless you're
another
able to buy
region.
stuff
But also,
in that
like
region.
a lot of people probably don't want to buy stuff. So
I would rather not spend real money if I can avoid it.
I'm going to at some point. I'm just waiting.
Oh,
for them
I
to
know, I
allow it
certainly
in
am.
the U.S. I'm a sucker for these kinds of things.
Get a load of these
Gotta
wealthy
be-
Hollywood elites splashing the cash on Sonic Rumble.
I don't have wealthy cash.
You,
Any
you
cash
could
I
invest
get-
in stocks on
Wealthy.
eToro, but you're too busy
Yeah,
playing
but that
Sonic
takes too
Rumble.
long, pup.
No, I was
You
actually
could fund
waiting
their
for-
next AI advertisement, but you're too busy
I will
playing
not
Sonic
be funding
Rumble.
the next AI advertisement.
Look,
for
I
a
tried to buy
stocking
Ethereum,
company.
okay, and it didn't work out. As in, I couldn't even buy one.
Damn.
Like, so I when I was younger, when I was way younger, I genuinely was on board the Dogecoin train, and I'm so glad I'm not anymore. It's embarrassing.
I know we clown on that shit, but honestly, I don't really care.
This is back when I was a minor. I was only like 20.
That's not a minor.
Yeah, but steer clear of them anyway, There you go.
I mean, yeah, so,
It
can't
will
talk to
be
Lit.
when Lit C turns 20, so...
shout out to Let's See.
Also, there is a new level in the Sonic Rumble as well, isn't there? Like a Sonic Movie 3 themed
Yes.
level. I haven't got the
Shibuya
chance to play that
Crossing.
one yet.
No,
What's
neither
it
am
like?
I.
It's very oddly rare. It is very rare. I don't know why it's so rare to get, considering it is a
also-
limited time mode.
You also
figured they would
can't
try to
load
do
it
it as,
up
like,
in
its own-
You can't load it up in custom games either. Because, like, that's
Yeah,
my
you can't.
favorite thing to do, is just like, oh, I just want to play through this like
Wait,
it's a
they're gonna-
regular-ass Sonic game. So I just load up the custom
Yeah, it's a
games thing.
limited time thing, because I think it's in partnership with Paramount.
Guys,
to,
it's
like,
limited
make
time,
this
so
thing.
really... Come on, hurry up and wait for the game to release faster already. Come on. Like,
It'll be reran, okay? That's what Pub failed to mention.
most of these things will rerun, but it's the ones that don't. That was going to be egregious.
You know what Sonic needs to do a collaboration with? I would be happy if they did it again. Monster
Pong.
Hunter. I want a Monster Hunter Wild Sonic collaboration.
That'd be
Based
fun.
it on the movie, sure,
They
why
did it
not?
before.
Yeah, they did it with Rise, which I missed.
They
I
did it with
just want them
Frontiers as
to
well.
bring...
The-
I want them to bring Klonoa to Sonic Dream Team, because there is no Dream Team without the Dream Traveler.
I want Klonoa in Sonic Crossworlds.
I want Klonoa
Crash
in
Bandicoot
everything.
in Sonic Rumble.
Ooh, Sonic
That's a
Rumble
good
represents
choice as
pretty
well.
Sweet. You know what? Hey, get Pac-Man in there as well. It's the anniversary.
Yes, his
Oh, hell
anniversary.
yeah. Absolutely,
Dude,
Pac-Man. Sonic and Pac-Man are friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've done
They've been wishing
collaboration.
each other happy birthday every year.
Also, Accelerate makes such a good point in the chat here. Pup then and Pup now are basically two different entities. Exactly. So all those crimes I committed...
We're going by Twitter logic. It's the exact same person. Nothing has changed, and we are canceling him.
Nothing is allowed to change.
Kill you.
Yeah, sorry, Pup. You can't have a lapse in judgment. You can't, go Pup gang for life. Sorry, you're done. You're cooked.
If it means anything, I'm going to move on to the next subject.
Okay.
If it means anything, but I'm not sorry.
If it means anything, I'm not entirely sorry for that. But no, I will say this: I really love the movie character models in Sonic Rumble as well. I do just want to quickly comment on the way Movie Shadow looks.
They look fantastic.
I love the emote. I love the emotes for Movie Shadow because he's just constantly frowning.
What's really when he does the head banging as well, he's still frowning.
Angry man.
Which is the best emote in the game. Like, I make sure, like, no matter, like, because obviously you can have lots of different loadouts for the different emotes for characters for those who haven't played it before. But every single one of my characters has the headbang in there because it is just precious. It's fucking adorable. And seeing Shadow do it with a little frowny face is so fucking funny. Another thing I really like, though, is that the movie Shadow doesn't emote with his eyelids like the other characters. He actually uses his eyebrows a bit more, and I think that's a step in the right direction. I hope we'll see more of that. I said that with absolute conviction. Yeah, no, it's nice. I want to see much more of that kind of facial animation for Sonic in the future. My mic was peaking. I've turned it down, and now it's consistently not reaching the yellow. God damn it. It's too much and never enough.
Life is painful.
This is the thing we need AI for. I'm just saying. But okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's other good uses for it, like that Amazon thing that like lowers the sound effects and music and heightens the vocals or the sound for the talking.
I wish we didn't use it in Invincible though, because the amount of musical montages that just feel empty now. Like,
yeah, no, we don't have to, but like that was just something I liked because it's like sometimes I miss things, sometimes I'm not looking, and I'm like, what are they saying?
Dylan, just get what? Okay, this is what it's like to watch a TV show with Dylan, guys. The subtitles go on, the enhanced audio goes on. The screen is turned up extra bright.
I don't turn the screen. Well, you wouldn't even see the brightness if I was streaming it to you.
Dylan literally hires the voice actors to dub the show in the room
or
with
anything. Yeah, we are all watching it on our own Amazon accounts at the same time.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, that's not a thing he's done. What's that? What is that fucking medication?
Amazon, I don't give a shit.
What's that medication Amazon likes to advertise?
Ozempic or whatever?
No, not Ozempic.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Amazon fucking loves medication for
Ozempic.
No, medication ads are so weird though because you guys go really hard on those in the States, whereas like
that's
in the
because
UK,
the industry over here monetizes the mess out of it, pup.
No, I understand. I understand that. It's just
$10,000 to save you.
It's a culture shock, okay? It's just all it is.
Heard of Big Pharma, right?
It's a culture shock.
There's a reason they call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the UK we just get like Gaviscon ads and Nurofen and that's it. Like, whereas you guys are like, yeah, welcome to Mario and Sonic at the Ozempic games. Like now you can take it and.
Also, all these deadly side effects that could potentially happen if you don't talk to a doctor about it.
Oh god, I love that.
They will still have
some medications actually they make it worse than the thing you're suffering from. I can attest to that.
It's supposed to prevent death, but one of the side effects is death, like super death.
Yeah,
it's so backwards.
Watch out! If you don't want to die, this could kill you. You're like,
I think the UK
killing you.
The UK when it comes to like mental health medications really beats around the bush because it's just like, yeah, you can have sertraline, you can have another one, you can have this, that, and the other. It's like, look, I just want to get high, okay? You're beating around the bush.
You can't do that. That's illegal.
There's one thing that I know is gonna help me, okay? Let's just go with that. Cut out the middleman.
Isn't it funny? That's the one thing they won't let you have, too. The thing that'll actually help you.
It's the one thing that, like...
Oh, God.
It's fucking wild.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I'm not surprised because that's just
Like
how the
all
world
these
is.
medications will be like will be advertised like, oh, side effects include this, this, and this, or just get weed. Your side effect, you'll be a little hungrier.
You'll be
oh,
a little hungry.
you'll be ravenous.
I mean,
You're gonna feel good.
There might
for-
be other side effects depending on which strand.
Well,
Yeah,
I've got an idea. I think the UK should do this. Make it so it's illegal for big companies to sell it, but it's illegal to have it, and it's illegal to sell it as a little guy. That way, the dealer economy doesn't get ruined, and
But they want the money. That's why. Like, that's what the
Yeah.
only reason it became recreationally legal so much in Rhode Island.
no, but you don't understand is that
US area.
I'm saying if I got into politics, and I'm benevolent, remember that I am absolutely benevolent. Like,
Okay, yeah. You've never done anything ever.
I've never done anything bad. No, yeah,
Yeah.
nothing,
He's the
nothing
greatest
to
man alive.
regret. Yeah, I'm the best. You know, like.
I mean, he says it to himself every day when he looks in the mirror.
No, it's funny because
And when
the
we're
other
in
night,
Discord calls.
the other night, I think you or Trey was like, you could tell Pup's high because he's like, I'm just the greatest when he's high. But it's like, no,
Yeah, that's like an easy tell. I mean, what do you mean? Pup was just full of himself that day. He was not high.
no, I'm not high right now. I haven't had anything today, and I'm still just like, I'm the best. I think.
Oh
it's
no,
just,
no, yeah, you were doing that shit, and I'm just like, Pup's on the lettuce, isn't he?
It's
I asked that
adjustments to
immediately.
brain chemistry. I think. I can say it now, you know. I can say that to myself, and it's all thanks to this
Made you stronger.
beautiful
You
little
just-
plant that I think everybody should enjoy in absolute excess. And I'm not serious about that. Let's not. go
No,
there,
no.
but-
Enjoy responsibly. enjoy it legally if you can. Honestly,
by all
it
means,
should
do
just be-
crimes. Just don't do the bad ones.
Dude,
do the cool ones.
do the cool one. Dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Do the ones that'll put you on the radar.
Oof.
That's what TikTok people and like YouTube prank channels do.
No one
mean,
has
you got
ever
a
been
point.
more benevolent than I. Anyways. Oh yeah, Mr. Terry Chaos says they don't tax it though, so that's pretty sick. Yeah, Terry is on the medicinal stuff, and he's
I
in
get
the
taxed
UK.
on my shit. Oh,
Yeah,
if
well,
you're if you're medical, they don't tax you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're also in America. Literally everything's taxed. You got a sunlight tax for fuck's sake.
I mean, that doesn't
Actually-
make anything better.
I think they're trying to get rid of tax on like tips.
Yeah, I think that just passed or something like that. If you
Yeah, I
work
think that
overtime,
passed
you're no
like
longer
2 or 3
taxed.
days ago.
So
So
okay, I guess we'll try and move off of the
Sonic
many-
the
subject of
Hedgehog.
recreational drugs. You guys wanted to talk about the Asphalt collab, right? I know nothing about this. I haven't seen anything about
I mean,
this.
I don't know anything about Asphalt either, but I can give you
So-
the rundown.
yeah, basically, Asphalt is a
do
mobile
know.
racing game. You could find it on like Android and iOS, but it has had some Switch releases. I remember one of them was like around the launch of the Switch, like was released on it, so that was interesting. And I don't know if they're any good or not, but if they've had like more than 8 installments, they got to be decent.
Yeah, this one specifically is Asphalt Legends Unite, which I believe is on PC as well. So if you
Oh,
want to play it on PC, you can play it on PC. And according to the information, the event will run from May 29th to the 26th of June. And
Can we
you
just
unlock
just to confirm
decals.
this game is out, right? Its event is happening,
Yes,
but this
yes,
game
it
is
is
at least
currently
out.
out.
Okay, there you go, Sonic.
Yeah.
Games.
Currently
Who's
in
gonna play
pre-release, pre-launch season 12. Currently.
it?
yeah.
We launched season 12.
Pre-season 5, let's go.
They at least need a release date like this month because this is kind of silly.
I don't think we're getting a release date this month.
Yeah,
It needs to
they
be
need
out next month, really, but like I think they need a release date by this month. Whatever problems there are, I do have a really great strategy. It's called Fix It.
But yeah, what's going on with this Asphalt collaboration? Is it like themed cars, themed tracks? What's going on?
It's what it
Yeah, to-
looks like. It looks like it's mostly just for the cars. You get decals for Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Shadow, the
Ah.
Chao, and Dr. Eggman.
Excuse me,
No
he's
silver,
called
not
Dr.
player.
Robotnik. I'm sorry, I don't mean to. I don't mean to.
Well, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the lore, Pop, but like Eggman adopted the name because that was a nickname that Sonic gave him.
Actually, it's because
He loves
stupid
Sonic. He loves
nickname
Sonic,
of
so he
his
takes the
rival.
nickname.
internationalization of the franchise. They kind of ruined it to me.
Such a weird like lore reason for him to go with the name.
I
Like,
mean,
oh hey,
it's a-
your
yeah,
number one enemy.
It is just sort of like, especially since they try to touch up on it in the movies. I think like he calls him Eggman and he gets irritated by it.
The movies are actually so
Then he
clever
just
with
gives up.
like. I still find it funny though how like Sega spent like 15 years establishing the name Eggman in the West, only for the movie, the most high-profile release the franchise has ever seen, to be like, oh, okay, so anyway, here's Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah, just call him Robotnik anyway.
I think
I
that
don't know.
makes
It's a
sense.
better
They can
name
do
in my
whatever they want.
opinion. Actually,
I think that makes sense where like you have the humans referring to him as Robotnik, and then you have Sonic, being Sonic and referring to him as Eggman.
The thing is,
I think that worked.
if Sonic is feeling serious, he does refer to him as Robotnik as well, like, which is cool.
Yeah.
So it
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
shows when it's like a high stakes situation, and Sonic will be like, "Oh, well, we can't beat Robotnik today." I think. I mean, can we have a round table thing, just purely out of curiosity? It's not a big deal, obviously, but which name do we kind of collectively prefer, Robotnik or Eggman?
I used to go with I used to go with Robotnik for a very long time just because played Sonic 1 and played Sonic Adventure, and like hearing Eggman was just very weird to me because I also saw some of the American cartoons. But after a while, it's like, yeah, sure, why not? Just roll with it.
I just use them interchangeably, really. I don't.
Yes,
Robotnik is a cooler name, but I kind of like the idea that Robotnik is his real name and Eggman's a nickname. Like, I feel like that's fine. Like, I don't think there's any problem with that. That way, you can just have both.
For me,
Yeah.
it's kind of like how for the Mario series we had Princess Toadstool, but after a while they started referring to her as Princess
I was
Peach.
gonna mention that,
Yeah.
actually,
God, they
because
did.
I remember when I was playing Super Mario 64 for the very first time, and I saw Princess Toadstool. I was like, oh, you've got that too. Okay, all right, you've got one of these.
Yeah, no, Bowser as well. Bowser's got the same thing because he's always been Koopa in Japan,
it's
and
Koopa,
then
but now it's Bowser.
he's Bowser in
Yeah, but-
English. I think he's still Koopa in Japan as well.
Yeah, he's still Koopa in
Yeah,
Japan.
I would
The thing
imagine.
is
And
that
then
with,
they call the Koopas like the Koopa Troopas. I think they're called Noko Noko, right? Something like
Yeah.
that.
So I personally think, to me, I'm not gonna call him Spider-Man. I'm gonna call him Miles Morales.
I was gonna call him the human spider.
That's different. Humans.
No, it is. It's very different. It's completely different.
But the reason I went with the Princess Peach one is because in the U.S. that's pretty much what it was for like a couple games.
Yeah.
And then they switched to Princess Peach, and we kind of just went with it afterwards. So it's exactly the same as the Dr. Robotnik and Dr. Eggman thing.
So, Ultra Beast just put in the chat. I don't know the context entirely, but they just wrote Doug Bowser, and I know that this is a person that works for Nintendo. But the first thing that
yeah.
sprung to mind was Nostalgia Critic dressed as Bowser for some reason.
That sounds cursed.
That sounds awesome.
Doug Bowser. It's him. Doug Bowser's the current president of Nintendo America or something like that. CEO
Oh,
or
no
whatever.
wonder it's all evil now. You guys called Bowser, for fuck's sake.
It's funny though because
We have Ivo at
I think I
Sega.
mentioned this the other day.
I know you
Yeah,
do.
Ivo at Sega. It's funny though because in his introductory video, like that he put on the Nintendo Twitter when he first got the job, he was like announcing himself. He had a thing of he had Mario and Luigi plush toys in the background of his video, and they were tied up with an NES controller. Which I thought was very funny.
That's really fun. I like that. Doug
Yeah.
Bowser versus Ivo Gershevik when? Thank you, Accelerate. That's really funny.
Doug Bowser and Ivo at the Olympic Games.
All right, so... but no, we don't want that. We want NFTs now. That's all the rage. So, okay, let's kind of move into the main meat now. I think,
Died literally
like,
inside.
Asphalt has been Asphalt. So obviously, Sega have started a brand new marketing campaign, and this seems to be something they're doing now every year since I think 2023 was 2023 in celebration of Superstars and Frontiers Final Horizon. You had Fast Friends Forever, which was very focused on Sonic, Tails, Amy, Knuckles.
Yeah.
Then obviously we had Fearless Year of Shadow, which Every time I hear that, I want to fucking applaud, because the Year of Shadow was, like, one of the best things to come from the Sonic franchise.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I was amazed by how they basically made all of the right moves with the Year of Shadow. Like, 10 out of 10.
Actually, after all the shit that's happened over the last, like, 11 or 12 years, I'm shocked that they're doing, like... It's like they flipped a switch from bad to good. And, like, now everything's okay.
No, definitely. I
Like,
mean, did you
what
guys
happened?
read the Sega Sammy reports for Sonic?
The growth has been colossal.
The growth has
like,
been so crazy, and it's probably
Exponential.
because of these marketing campaigns, honestly.
And I think it's great. I think it's also fantastic that they're leaning so much into other characters that haven't always gotten the spotlight in these marketing campaigns. Because we've got this newest one as well, and I'm curious as to like what the character choices for this one could entail, whether they actually mean anything or not this time. But like this time for racing around the world, which still should have been called racing across the world, because Crossworld, go figure.
Crossworlds, yeah.
They've got Sonic, Shadow, kind of fronting this, and then you've got Rouge and Knuckles. And I think Shadow is going to become a permanent fixture now. I feel like it'd be silly not to.
So.
I feel like it makes sense to, though, because he is like the popular Sonic character aside
Everybody
from Sonic.
loves Shadow.
I think from now on, he should be the secondary playable character, like, in every game. Just because, like,
What
I
I
was
find-
thinking about it before, and I've said it, like, I don't know how they're going to make Sonic more interesting to play as than Shadow after all the cool shit he had in Generations. So, like, just have them both. Just have them both be involved in the stories, like Goku and Vegeta.
You want to know another... You want to know
Shadow
another...
24?
Do you want to know another instance of where past Pup is Mr. Hyde and modern Pup is Dr. Jekyll? It was shortly before the release of Sonic 2, the movie, and Nick and I had quite a heated argument about who we expected to be the next character to be introduced, and I was putting my bets on Metal Sonic for the post-credits of Sonic 2, and he was putting his bets on Shadow. My reasoning for betting more on Metal Sonic was because I felt, because he's tied to Jim Carrey's Robotnik, he would be a more marketable character, while Shadow has kind of a stigma against him. And it's just like, what the fuck, past Pup? You might have had a logic, but you were way off.
You know what? Hey, sometimes... I mean, you never know how shit goes, so...
No, I used to be in favor of them not throwing all the characters at the wall. Now I'm just like, yeah, get them all in a blender and let's see what happens. Like,
Let's make some cool shit.
all Sonic characters are welcome in my dojo.
That.
Most Sonic characters are welcomed in my dojo. I don't want cat.
Disconnects me for no reason. I don't know why.
Oh.
Only Wonder Whipple is not welcome in my dojo. There are limits, okay? There are limits.
Also, Elise, not
The
welcome.
limit that I give is Zavik. Right?
Zavik
Zavik
is also
not
not,
welcome.
yeah. I wish I'd never unlocked
Exactly.
Zavik in Sonic Rumble, because now I have to
They
see that
force you
fucker on
to.
the loading
They
screen.
force you to,
And you have to see him on the
my head
loading
hurt.
screen because of it. He's cheering me on. I'm like, I don't need your cheers, Zavik. Go away.
I don't want you, Zavik. I don't want you here. But there's a thing I wanted to point out. There's a new fan game coming out, just because you mentioned Zavik. It's called Sonic Runners Revival, I think?
Oh, yeah.
Or
I've
something
seen
like that.
Yeah.
The new trailer just came out, and one of the newest characters, they posed new characters, and immediately had Zavok, and I was like,
Ah, shit.
Okay.
The thing is,
But then
it's
there were
all
like 30 other new characters, so like there's
it's
a lot
all
of
a
new
shifting. It's all a shifting carpet to me, because like here's the thing: in the past, if they revealed Green Hill Zone for a new Sonic game, I'd be like, oh poo on you. Reused assets. Now, just because I'm in it for the joke, now just because I'm in it for shits and giggles, if I see Green Hill, while I will despair internally, I'll be going, yeah, wow, they did it, yeah, cool. And you know what? I need that
Well, if they
carpet
put
to
City
shift
Escape,
for.
you're gonna have the. If you bring in City Escape, you're gonna have that one reviewer is like, "Oh, how many times you can play through City Escape before you unalive yourself?"
What was that? What was that
There's
about?
no amount of times I would love City Escape.
He
What
was
the fuck
talking
is
about
all
the
that?
song, though, wasn't he? He was talking about the song. It's like, dude, the song is like
Also
one of the
irrelevant.
most catchy pieces of music in video game history. It's iconic. It
I'm
means
sorry,
something to
but
people.
like the classic remix of City Escape is probably one of the best things to come out of Sonic Generations.
All right, calm your tits.
It's the best
Let's
thing coming out
not-
of any Sonic game.
I'm not going there. Like,
My
so
tits shall not be calm.
I do enjoy that remix plenty, but I'm always going to take that old school rock version over the bubblegum pop version. Just, it's a preference in genre.
Eh.
Well, you're just a girl, okay? I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I have plenty of evidence to prove otherwise.
Get it out. Let's see it. Come on, dicks out, dicks out. Dicks
He means
out.
his ID. He means his ID. His ID.
I'm not going to show
Whip
my
up the
ID on stream, okay?
Okay,
Dicks
well,
out,
the other thing.
dicks out, dicks out. Crazy frog, crazy frog. Ring, ding, 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 ding.
Oh yeah, I gotta put those in Mario, don't I? Forgot about that.
You don't actually have to put those in Mario. That was just a little contest between me and Trey.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Trey and
well.
I had a for the listeners. Trey and I had a little contest to make versions of the Crazy Frog in Blender, and I
I
realized
think I saw
that
those posts.
the listeners aren't going to get much out of this. So if you do want to see how these models look, head over to youtube.com and watch the VOD. But for the time being, let me find these fuckers, because these are great. I'm so proud of what Trey and I accomplished. So it was like approaching like 5 a.m. in the morning.
Pup,
And I
Pup,
was
hold
like-
on. Wait a second. Pup, can I don't know if you should. I don't know if you should show.
Don't worry, I know
You know,
exactly what you're gonna say,
the
and
Crazy
I am
Frog,
making the necessary. I'm making
Oh,
the necessary amendments. Don't worry.
he's going to have the crazy
Just saying,
frog
'cause, like,
mid
Obviously, like they couldn't show him like that on TV, but on
It's
YouTube
okay.
he had a slightly
know-
different design.
I know what we're dealing with here. This is the people that suck butts. Don't worry.
Hey,
I've
hey,
got
hey,
paint.
hey, hey.
I've got paint open right now. Okay, don't worry about it.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. It's like, we don't need another community strike.
Oh, yeah, no, like, that was a warning. Now we get strikes.
All right, no fuss, no fuss. I've got this under control. Don't you worry. A hair on your pretty little head. Okay, right. Let me save. Okay, great. So I'm gonna throw these up on screen. So yeah, Trey. It's approaching like 4 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. maybe where I'm at, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna go to bed, guys. And then Trey is just like, oh, I was gonna make the Crazy Frog in Blender, and I was just like, oh fuck, as if I'm not getting in on this. So we both kind of had different kind of mentalities to how we approached it. I'm gonna get Trey's up on screen here. So this one is Trey's, and as you can see, he's kind of given Crazy Frog a bit of a redesign, tried to make him a bit more appealing. While in my case, I was just like, nah.
Yeah.
In my case, I was like, this is just what the Crazy Frog looks like, you know.
So
And it's
Trey
funny,
was going
they
for
both
a
look
modern
like Crazy
version,
Frog.
and then Pup was
Yeah.
going for, like, the classic version.
Yeah, like Trey
Classic
modernized
Crazy
Crazy
Frog.
Frog. Trey is the 2010s reboot no one fucking likes, whereas mine is the classic.
Oh, I liked it.
I mean, Trey worded it as his is the protagonist and mine is the final boss.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, that makes sense.
God.
Oh,
The comment that I just had was going to be very rude, but I don't mean it that way. I was going to say,
Okay.
Trey's version is like the... Actually, no, that wouldn't even work because this actually looks decent. Well, never mind. I don't have it then.
No, you
was
gotta
gonna
you gotta
compare
say what you were gonna say. I'm not
I was
gonna
going to compare it to
accept
Mega Man
this.
Fully Charged.
I
But
don't know what
that's
that
just
is.
mean. It's a weird cartoon or animated show by I think Wild Brain.
Ha! You hear that, Trey? You're literally Sonic Prime, and you're not even here to defend yourself. Skill issue. All right. Well,
Okay.
let's
And Trey's
let's-
version is if you made a kitty reboot of a of the original one, and I think it's okay. It's like if you made it for a mobile game.
Trey's one is a breakfast
Yeah.
cereal mascot, whereas mine is a porn star.
These are very valid comparisons, I would say.
Yeah, I just hate them.
Okay. All right. We definitely. Let's get back to the racing around the world thing, because they've produced a little video for this as well, just as they did for the Fast Friends Forever and the Fearless Year of Shadow. And I have to say, this is my favorite of the videos. Usually, those videos are very much like, here's the impact of the Sonic people on real people. I'm like, I don't fucking care about no real people. Show me the Sonic characters. It's those ones I want to fuck. So
Sonic fan, fuck real people.
yeah, exactly. No, not fuck real people. But
You heard them. Fuck imaginary people.
exactly. That is the way in which I
you
roll.
figure out
you
the
know?
logistics of that.
It just means you never get laid. and it's okay. I can live with that.
You can have like a 2D woman or something. I don't know.
I'd imagine like trying to fuck a 2D creature would be very painful. Like it would be like every edge would be sharp, like. And
why would you have sharp edges?
You'd phase through that, but they have sharp edges
Oh,
because
well.
they're flat. They're two-dimensional, like.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
The reason a knife is sharp is because the edge gets thinner and thinner, like.
Yeah, but a knife
anyways,
is a three-dimensional object.
It is, but it becomes more two-dimensional as it moves along the surface area. Does that make sense? Sometimes they have little ridges too, which makes it sharp. Like, there's lots of different ways to make something sharp. Anyways, racing around the world fucking video. You've got 2 Red Bull racers in the Sonic Mobile, racing around a live-action dirt-ass track for the first half, chasing after a Sonic mascot costume guy. I fucking love that mascot costume, by the way. I love it so much. It's so special.
It's such a fun one.
Very sprunkle. Yeah.
Even more so, I love when they roll out like all the different mascot costumes, and you've got like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, and Shadow. Like they're adorable together, but I also love how at those events, the people in those costumes, except they're not because they're the real characters, are so in character. Like especially the fucking Amy's. Have you seen that video where they're like all walking out there, and like Knuckles doesn't realize that Amy's just grabbing onto his tail?
Oh yeah,
It's so cute. It's so fucking cute. I love that shit. And I'd be so game for more like little productions that feature these costumes. I think they're 10 times more appealing than that terrifying puppet in the TikTok videos with its central mouth.
I'm sorry. Wait,
Yeah,
did
do
you
not
ever
like
see
the
the
puppet.
fucking the puppet was weird. Did you ever see the fucking like the picture of the Disney mascots? It's like Minnie and Goofy, and like they do like a kiss,
And Mickey's just off in the back.
In the dark, you see Mickey in the background. Just looking
Oh
horrified.
yes. Oh yes.
Like I love when mascot costumes just do stupid, funny shit like that. Like because then like it reminds me of the fucking like the I see this fucking Goofy, like that whole thing.
What do you mean you're cheating on me with Goofy? Sorry, Minnie, he's bigger. You snooze, you lose.
Whoa,
Jeez,
new concept for Disney.
You wanna fuck my wife, Goofy? No, I'm too busy fucking Mickey's wife.
Are they married?
It depends what piece of merchandise
Mickey and
you're
Minnie?
looking at, I guess. I know you could definitely get like
yeah, I don't remember.
you could get like T-shirts of Mickey and Minnie in like bridal and groom gear. So I really don't know, but
Yeah. I mean, they both have the same last name, I guess.
they do, don't they? Yeah. Wait, does that mean
must
Sonic
be
and
married
Shadow and Sonic, Shadow, and Silver are all in like a triple threat fucking marriage?
No, I think they're just.
This is also such an L for Amy. I just want to point that out because she's Amy Rose. She's not Amy the Hedgehog. Whereas she has a little crush on Sonic. She has a little crush on Sonic. Maybe a little crush on Shadow. Probably not a crush on Silver. But she probably would still go there given a chance. But she's just there. She's by herself. Poor thing.
It's fucking so funny.
Someone put her out of her
they're
misery
all
and get the
married.
The only Sonic character to have a last name, and I don't know why.
Was she not ever called Amy Rose the Hedgehog, like in the original menu? No, the manual. I mean,
No, she was known as Princess Sally.
Yeah, if you look at the
Yeah.
US manual, yeah, she's Princess Sally, which is so funny.
Princess Sally and Rosie Rascal.
That's
I
oh
love
yeah, they
my,
call her
um,
Rosie.
I love my feminist Eggman
Someone
from the
got mad
manual.
at me for saying that once because
What,
I
Rosie
referred to her as
Rascal?
Rosie the Rascal for like one part of a video, and it's like her name's not Rosie, it's Amy Rose.
Yeah, people get pissed about that. Like, why?
God.
I don't get it. People get like
Learn
I've
a
gotten
bit about
comments about it as
character
well.
before you come
Yeah,
at me.
yeah.
Yeah, I got one guy that's always yelling at me for calling Dr. Robotnik, and it's like, who cares? Like, I'm not saying
His
he's
fucking
not
name,
Eggman.
brother.
I will say this much: there is one version of Robotnik that I will never refer to as Eggman ever.
How
on
upset would they
principle.
get if you called him Kentobor?
I've always thought that was so
doing
fucking
it next-
stupid. Why
I
do
fucking
if
love
it's-
Dr. Tobor, bro.
I've always thought the
n-
Kintobor name thing was the most stupid fucking thing because like His alter ego is Eggman. His real name is Robotnik, yet now his real name is also Robotnik, even though the Kintobor thing was introduced before they did the whole Robotnik is the real name, Eggman is a nickname thing.
Well, the thing,
Yeah.
the egg is still involved because in the original, I was going to do a video about this, but I canceled it because I figured, I found a video that was basically the exact same thing I was already making, so I was like, fuck it. But in the original Sonic Bible, it was he's holding a hard-boiled egg when he gets struck by that evil energy from the emeralds, and that's why he becomes egg-shaped and therefore Eggman.
Fucking
Because he is
Joker-ass
combined
origin
evil energy
story.
and an egg.
It's
He
like
fell into
so
a vat of
crazy.
egg.
He's just gonna be
Yeah,
like,
basically.
you wanna know how I got these scars, Sonic?
He used to be
It's
just an
hard-boiled
ordinary
egg.
gangster until Sonic knocked him into a vat of fucking egg white, and then he came out as Eggman.
Oh, yeah, no, Sonic actually had nothing to do with it. Like, Sonic was
No,
there.
Sonic ran
helping
in and was like,
Dr. Contributor.
"Don't do that," and then it all went haywire.
Well, I know
He was
that in
helping him
like
because he thought it was going to work, and then it didn't
Yeah.
work.
because
He's
in
like,
the
"Oh,
in the
fuck,
in
now I
the
gotta-"
in the Bible, and I think Fleetway as well, and even Archie to a small extent, I thought it was that like Kintobor and Sonic were buddies, and Kintobor had
They were.
Sonic
I don't think he
running
was
on a
ever
little treadmill.
Kintobor and Archie.
And the
He's
same.
always been Robotnik and Archie.
Okay, so what I'm saying though is the actual origin story, I believe, is the same across all three things: the Bible and well, except for the Japanese Bible where he was like an aviation pilot, but that's a separate thing.
Now,
in
when you mention the
Yeah, there's a
Bible,
couple
do you mean the
different
Old
stories.
Testament or the New Testament?
I mean the Western Testament. So in
Westament.
in the Westament of the Sonic Bible, is that like Sonic was like a test subject of Kintobor, and like he's running on a treadmill, but he runs so fast it creates like a sonic boom that fries all the circuitry, and an egg gets on the circuit board, so it turns Sonic into Sonic and Robotnik into Eggman effectively. Which it's so silly. I
The
think
one
the
I read,
movie's definitely.
Sonic already had his speed. I think, like in the original Bible, Sonic was always fast. It was inherited from his father. His deceased father, mind you, which is very sad. And then he helps Kintobor because Kintobor's mission is to improve the world and try and remove pollution by using those emeralds. He's capturing the pollution and like rancidness and evil of the world in those emeralds. But then when it backfires on him, he becomes Eggman, and then Sonic, or his name's Sonny actually, Sonny
the Hedgehog.
But I think Eggman called him Sonic. He goes, I'm going to call you Sonic because you're so fast. And so he goes, okay. But then Sonic needs to like basically help get his friend back, which I still think would have been a better emotional core for this franchise.
Yeah.
Just like
I
I'm
think,
trying to save my friend. That's cool.
I do much prefer the way the movies have handled it, in that like Robotnik was like a government agent, and now he's just
that's fine.
dedicated his life to killing.
Yeah, that's a fair. Like
it's just
plus
tidier.
it makes even more sense of where he gets like how he's able to make the machines that he does. Like
Where he's like the only human. It's like now it makes
that, and
sense.
also
He's like,
that,
he would
and
follow
also
Sonic to his other world, I bet.
I think the thing is, of all the Sonic origin stories, the one that has the most credence is the aviation story. As like for the title screens, those like that ring behind Sonic with the big wings on it. That's like
aviation.
It's an aviation pilot wings badge. But then also, if you've ever heard the beta sort of demo version of the Sonic theme, before Sonic 1 released, they had like a version of the Sonic theme that played on like a show floor. You can hear the sound of a plane flight at the end of it.
Yeah.
So there's lots and lots of little references to that, even if it's very dubious canon. But anyway, back to the racing around the world. I don't know.
It's like
I don't know.
I don't think we want to talk about racing around the world.
No, I do. I really do. I really do. I want to
talk about.
I really do. I want
It's a thing that's happening. That's all.
You've got.
I'm fine with either one. It's just like I got really invested in the lore.
I want to talk about
essentially
racing.
it was like a break off point from racing around the world because we brought up Amy
because
Rose. And we were talking about how she has.
Sure, but we're so far from done with that because we didn't even mention
But we're
the fact
still
that
talking about Sonic.
we didn't even mention the fact that we've got a photorealistic version of Green Hill Zone that shows up for more than a few seconds in this. And you do get to see some animated Sonic characters in there as well. Them being Knuckles, Rouge, and Shadow. And some folks have brought up like that some of the animation does look quite akin to like the CGI cutscenes from Sonic Adventure 1 in a way. And like I can kind of see it, especially the shot of Rouge where you've got like the sunset behind her and stuff. And I'd say the CGI, even though I think the Green Hill Zone part actually looks quite nice, I would say the CGI is kind of questionable. Like, the animation is good. Lots of people have kind of praised the animation because, yeah, they're a bit more expressive, a bit more bouncy than they've been in the recent years. I think there has definitely been a commitment to an improvement in the animation. But I think the thing is, you can tell they're basically using very slightly modified versions of the game models with their rigs. And you can see, like, when Knuckles holds up the Master Emerald, you can see a bit of his, like, torso is jutting out at the side. Shadow's arm is not correctly rigged and stuff. Like, the rigging is fucking terrible on these characters. They need to fix it. But other than that, they look good. Personally, you know what I would have liked to have seen? Would have been if they'd... Because they committed to the mascot costume for Sonic, I would have loved it if we had the mascot costumes for Knuckles and Shadow as well. And in Rouge, I think... can we just make one for the ad? I know it's obviously very low budget, but can we just get one? Can we just get one? And then I could, like, borrow it? And then, like... Nothing more
you don't need to elaborate anymore. You don't need to elaborate anymore on that.
Then try to add it to Mario 64?
Yeah, then we port it into Super Mario 64. And then we port sex into Super Mario 64.
I don't think Nintendo would like that.
You lost me.
Mario 64 is already better than sex. It doesn't matter.
I can't comment. I have no reference of comparison. I've never played Super Mario 64. Or sex.
I've never played.
He's never played sex before.
That's so funny. Coming this summer, Sex 2.
Coming this summer, Sex 64. God, just a few numbers away from 69 as well, I'm just saying. Alright, now I feel like we can move on from the... At least we've talked about the whole video now, right? Like...
Yeah.
We do have new... Webster, if I wanted to edit a Rouge model for Rule 34 stuff, I would have done so by now. I got plenty of material to work with. But you can check my hard drive. I haven't done it yet. But thanks for the idea. The renders. We got renders for this now as well. Renders. And I gotta say, we are seeing steady improvement in the render game in this franchise over time. Which I'm happy to see. Still not exactly where I want it to be, but definitely better.
Renders look very nice, but I was going to say that I really enjoyed the Green Cave and White Cave remix.
Oh, yes, that's true.
The what?
That will likely be in Crossworlds for those stages.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, we also had, what was it? Windmill Isle, right?
Windmill
Oh, no,
Isle,
wait,
yeah.
that's one that's a little later down the line. But, like, yeah, we've got that. We gotta quickly address a question here because Winterstorm is asking, what about Rouge's boob reduction surgery? It's the same as it was. It's the same as it was in Shadow Gens. They've just pulled her top up. I don't care. Like, the internet has
her back
plenty
was killing
of.
her, you know.
Your back was killing
a lot of weight, you know.
I think the precedent of actually, like, reducing the size of a character's breasts because that's considered explicit is problematic. At the same time, they haven't done that. They've pulled her thing up. It's why you see less of her back. So, I don't fucking care. If I wanted to fap to it, I would just get something else up. So, don't worry about it. We're good. Don't worry about it. I don't care. I thought Prime did pretty tasteful stuff with Rouge's design as well, to be honest. Like, honestly, I think it's incredible this didn't happen sooner. Like, look at it like Mario and Sonic 2020, where not only have they fucking sculpted those things, they've also got them in a tight little sports bra, and they're just bouncing around. And it's just,
I think about the Sonic Free Riders design as well, because it's like, I think
it's the same one.
Like the least amount of clothes she's... Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's the same design.
Like, it's like, if you guys were wanting to... I agree with you. Like, I'm shocked that they didn't tone the design down sooner, but they actually, like, went harder with it. Like, over time.
Literally, I was just like,
I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. Like, what are you trying to tell us? I'm not sure.
I was trying not to reach into the screen, because here we go, but, like, it didn't... It didn't
I just
work.
find it silly. Like, who the fuck cares? It's like, it's kind of like how I feel about swearing. You know, because I'm like, people are gonna fucking hear this shit eventually anyway. It doesn't fucking matter. Just
I
like
think-
stop protecting people or like, you know, they censor songs on the radio. Like, oh, you said ass, you can't say that on the radio. Why the fuck not? I can say ass right now.
I'm standing by my
Like-
same take that I think what they've done with Rouge is the best thing they could possibly have done because they haven't actually changed the size of anything. It's just less revealing now, and it's less outright sexualized. There's still an element of that. God, the camera lingers on her fucking ass in Shadow Generations, but like, it's a children's game franchise at the end of the day, and like, yes, they've kept this little component in there, one for the dads, as they say.
There should be more
but like,
swearing.
I think there should definitely be
be
more
more
swearing. I want to hear Sonic say shit again, like he does in Sonic X. But yeah, I
Episode
think
1
I think
of Sonic
in terms of addressing this thing that's always been a bit of an elephant in the room, like all seriousness now, I don't think Sega could have done a much better job than what they've done. It's so subtle. It's just literally pulling it up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's fine. Who cares? It's fine. If I want to jerk off, I got Mario and Sonic at the 2020 Olympic Games. It's fine.
Webster,
And they still-
well, I guess if your wife can hear me, I'm sorry, but also,
And you know,
I'm
look, the
not, a
comics.
little bit,
If you've got Adam Bryce
sorry.
Thomas on the comics, you're gonna see plenty of Rouge honkers. So don't worry about it. Like he still draws
Dylan-
her every bit as
Dylan, we do have to
sexualized as
address-
ever.
We do have to address that. Honestly, Dylan, you gotta watch your language, okay?
Yeah,
yeah,
Dylan,
I'm a
please.
Sonic tuber. I can't swear.
Yeah, the cursing is getting a bit much.
Yeah, no, that's how I
at the
feel
end
about
of
it. I always put
at,
that
at the
shit
end of the
to
day, Sunset City is a show for everyone. It's a show that includes its child audience. We are effectively babysitters, and we agree to this. This is a responsibility.
I
we've
did
all
not
agreed to.
agree to that part of it, no. But also,
No.
I'd like to point out, if you don't swear on YouTube, you get labeled a child channel, which means your channel is dead. And if you do swear on YouTube too much, then you also get killed. So I've decided.
Well, I mean, I've seen
Fuck it.
channels that even have swearing in it that get labeled for kids. So
They
I
still
mean,
get-
I don't
yeah.
really know whose side is what.
I will say, I
think-
fortunately
Did
stayed.
you look at for a while?
Fortunately, I myself have managed to avoid a lot of that nonsense. Like, I haven't had a video get wrongfully labeled for kids before, nor have I. Yeah, well, it's just my own
I re-
experience, I guess. I've seen some
I
people get
remember
raked over
when
coals.
the not safe for most advertisers thing, that was like really bad when it first came out, because I would have stuff where like, oh, I'm testing out streaming just to see how it goes, and that gets demonetized. Like, what the
But
it's
also,
not even-
like Balena Productions as well. Balena Productions
Yeah.
is effectively YouTube's fuck toy at this point.
Yeah,
Because, God,
yeah.
they keep fucking Balena Productions constantly.
Yeah,
They're
it
done.
is.
just
like-
because he makes animations, he makes like
Yeah.
the highest quality animations you'll ever see, and YouTube goes, yeah, that's
Yeah.
for children.
Yeah, and also, like, they have
Ah.
swearing and sexual stuff in them and that.
Yes,
and it's like,
yes, but YouTube
it's
knows
Sonic.
best.
And it's animation, which is for kids, right?
but,
yeah,
for children.
as
Well-
if they've never heard of adult animation before.
yeah,
That
you
doesn't-
know,
Not
there's
that kind of
Right?
adult animation.
No, but you know
Animation
what's
is
really-
just for kids.
You know what's really funny though is like you can look up like scenes from the South Park movie that have been labeled as made for kids, and I'm like, this song has
That's
the word
funny.
"fuck" said multiple times in it. Like, but
That's
the thing
just
is,
YouTube, man. It's
they're
fucking
labeling
stupid.
this as made for kids. Why are they not being held accountable when it makes its way to a kid audience?
Exactly, because they were gonna hold us accountable for that shit. Remember, like Kappa and Pippa or whatever that fucking
Oh yeah,
shit
no, they
was?
were
Remember those
had
things?
that. That's the thing with
Remember, they
YouTube.
were
is-
like, "We're gonna sue your ass if you mislabel these videos," and we're like, "You the fuck, you're not going to." I was like, if they came after
You're
me for something
mislabeling
like
the
that, I
video
would've been
for
like,
me. What,
no.
what am
the
I
thing
doing?
is that YouTube is an evil corporation with 2.49 billion scapegoats they can blame everything onto.
literally fucked out. It's ridiculous. Fuck corporations. I'm just gonna say that, but without going any, I'm not gonna delve into my downward spiral today.
Guys,
but just
Dylan's
fuck
a radical
corporations,
leftist. Guys, he's a radical leftist now. This is the downfall of Dylan. Radical leftist Dylan.
So Dylan,
I'm a
when you
radical
say-
hope that everyone can do what they want and have a happy life. That's what I am pro.
So Dylan,
That's
when you
very
say fuck
Republican.
corporations, you're also talking about the Sega Corporation.
I don't
Oh
care.
my God, Sonic Rumble! You won't be able to play the game. You won't be able to play Sonic
don't give a
Rumble
shit.
like everybody else.
Listen,
whatever.
every couple weeks there's something with one company or another that's a problem. Sega's done that shit. They've had like they flirted with using AI those times, remember? And people were like, hey, don't fucking do that. And supposedly they didn't, so that's good.
Capcom with their
Uh,
NFTs that everyone just
Capcom
downloaded.
NFTs,
If it
Nintendo
means
with
anything,
all
though,
the stupid
there's-
shit they do all the time. Like every
Activision
with
company
AI.
kind of
If it-
sucks that.
If it does make you feel any
no, it is.
better, though, because there does tend to be this looming fear that the world is only getting worse. The reality is,
Yeah.
it's as bad as it's ever been, but the difference is now we all know about it because we got an internet. The human race is not supposed to know that there are people on the other side of the planet. We're not supposed to know what corporations are getting up to. We're not supposed to know this stuff. We're only, the human brain is only designed to receive like 1 or 2 pieces of bad news a day. But with Twitter, it's just like you're switching on the tap and sticking your lips around it and just sucking down that bad news. Like,
It's all
I
bad
think
news, yeah.
the thing to remember is it's always been shit, but we've always made something cool out of it. Like we've always built a mountain out of the feces we've been given to work with here. And we just got to keep doing that. YouTube is fecal matter, but I will build my temple in my empire of e-commerce.
I thought it was the E. coli.
No, I wouldn't do that.
It's just gonna be the shits.
And besides, the people who inhabit this shitty space are great. So like, except the bad ones, but like, yeah. Anyways, they're not in the room with us right now, except Dave. Fuck off, Dave.
Hold on, wait, sorry. Ultra
Dave.
Beast said, did you see the MLP Friendship is Magic fan animation cupcakes got marked as 4 kids?
I don't know what that is.
That's crazy.
What is that?
Yeah, I don't know
That's
what that
it's
is.
basically like
Explicit?
it's basically like a slasher thing, where one of the characters kills someone and basically like cooks them into food.
See, if YouTube issued a statement just saying, oh, by the way, as far as we're concerned, kids' content can contain gore because we need to desensitize them, I'd respect them a teeny bit more than this whole, no, we're keeping it all safe for kids, but we're just fucking it up at every turn by accident because we're incompetent.
The only reason they say that they're trying to do stuff like that is because, like, that's
got
what they
in
have
trouble.
to say. They have
They
to
got in
say
trouble.
that they're trying,
but
otherwise they get in trouble, yeah.
Also, are we not on, like, Gen 7 of the Elsagate scandal at this point? Meanwhile, we're getting fucking community guidelines warnings for saying, hi, I suck butts with a picture of a plush toy that is fully clothed.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know,
This is the
Dylan.
3rd time you have said it on this episode.
I know, Dylan, but here's
We're
the
gonna get
thing.
in some serious trouble.
You're getting down and out about those corpos, but let me tell you something. I am sheer benevolence. I make life worth living for everyone.
He is the real butt
Interesting.
sucker.
I'm perfect. I am the one who gives the butts for people to suck. Let's move on. Okay. So let's talk about that Windmill Isle track from Crossworlds real quick. There's not that much to talk about here, but we've got a bit of gameplay of Windmill Isle. You hear a bit of the remix, so that's a soundtrack Sega actually have the rights to. That's what I call a unicorn. Yeah, like it looks like a track. Someone else go first with
Very
the
narrow.
I've got stuff
Yeah,
to
that was
say,
something
It was
but
really narrow. That was my
It
problem.
looks, it
Yes.
does look really narrow. Like, it looks like the opening bit from the introduction of the stage, but you're just
Yep.
in a car now.
yeah, so that was the
It
thing
does
I was
deviate
thinking
a
as
little
well.
bit.
Was like I was surprised by how much of the original level design philosophy was actually in there, such as like the little balconies of some of those buildings and stuff. But the thing is, that original track was designed for a single hedgehog to run down, and we're supposed to be fitting 12 race carts on these tracks. And as someone who's been very concerned about how cramped the beta felt, this is not of much reassurance to me. But I did like the transformation part. That was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. It actually looks like you go faster in the air this time, unless that's like an ability you can equip.
If you asked me to
It
bet
looks like
on
they've
one of the
adjusted the
horses,
speed.
It's not about. I'm not even talking about success here, but if you ask me to bet on which horse I think is going to be the better horse between Rumble and Crossworlds, I'm betting it all on Rumble.
I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but I mean, like, yeah, Rumble within its own self is gonna surpass Crossworlds because it's a free-to-play game at the start. Like, it is free, so more people will gravitate to free.
It just looks more well designed to me. Like, I think the problem.
But it also has
Crossworlds,
varieties. Crossworlds is just a racing game.
To be fair,
Like,
I guess there's a lot that we're still yet to see, like such as extreme gear boards. They could literally save the game. Like, because if a problem is narrowness, going from a car to a board could probably salvage that. It's also been confirmed that there'll be different types of boards in the game as well. As we got that, like, Jet the Hawk render and a new render of his board as well. Also, just wanted to point out that Jet the Hawk render is actually pretty good. It's well lit, he's posed well, so, like, again, render game definitely improving, but the thing is they keep mixing it in with renders with old renders. Like, there's a Sega booth at some conference going on right now. What is the conference? What is it, Licensing Expo, I think?
Yeah, it's a licensing expo.
I think that was just did it end? Or is it still going?
Probably recently, yes, but they had
either ended or it's currently going on right now.
Well, they have the Sega area, and they've got that beautiful new 35th anniversary render of Sonic, the one that looks straight out of Sonic Rush, the one that is the one that's on the calendar. Beautiful render. I love that render so much. And then just opposite that, they've got one of opposite that, they've got one of like Tails, Amy, and Knuckles. And they look fucking disgusting as ever. They look terrible.
It's funny how when they put multiple renders in some kind of image, how inconsistent it is. I'll never forget about the Tails render in Sonic Rumble that you told me about, and now I can't unsee it every time I see it.
Oh yeah, you can't because they are just reusing his game model with adjusted proportions. He looks so out of place.
It's so funny.
He looks so weird in that game. I feel like it needs like a storyline that just says that Tails was just in there. Like, Tails is the one doing this. He's among the toys, and he starts a toy
that's
revolution.
meta lore for the game. I think it's like Eggman trapped Tails in this world of toys.
Yeah, there you go.
I Shrunk the Tails.
Honey, I Shrunk the Tails. Also, Eggman overwhelmingly won the poll over Robotnik, and we need to find a way to target more adults, because you're all little babies, is all I'm saying.
We're not the problem, you're the problem.
Yeah, you're the... Am I out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong.
It's the children.
Alright, this... Do we have anything more to say about the Crossworlds Windmill Isle gameplay bit, or do you want to move on to the next of the topics?
Let's move on.
Okay,
Yeah, it's Windmill.
so the next topic I've got written down here is Chao Tales. It's concluded, and they've released a compilation version of it in the 16:9 aspect ratio. Have you guys actually seen the final part yet, or nah?
I've seen it.
No,
I
haven't seen a few of them actually. I don't think.
So how are we feeling about this thing overall?
I thought it was pretty nice. I mean, like, I know it's like a very short thing, but like, it was pretty cool to see, I'd say.
It's actually only marginally shorter than Shadow Generations Dark Beginnings when you actually look at it all together. But I've seen people people were atting Ian Flynn at first, saying like, this sucks, this was a nothing burger. And then it was revealed that it was Evan Stanley that wrote it, which Evan Stanley said on Instagram, and now people are hurling insults at her, and it's like, the Sonic fan base... like, we need to get past...
all the Chao-centered animations have been like this. Like, literally, every single animation that they've done that had Chao in it has been like this.
Yeah, but the Chao have rarely ever taken center stage, and here we actually have 8 minutes of the Chao taking center stage in a beautifully animated short. It's got a simple story, but one that works. All the characters are silent, but if Sonic fans can't handle it. But also, I just want to point out, we as a fan base need to overcome this thing of murdering the person that serves you the burger because of your complaints with the management. Like, we need to get over how shitty we treat creatives in the Sonic world when they are doing as they're told. I don't think Sega went to Evan Stanley and said, make the most fucking epic thing ever for Chao Tales. No, it was always going to be a simple thing. And to be fair, as much as I enjoy this shonen Sonic with all the over-the-top fights and the raw action and stuff like that, it's having stuff like this only enriches that. It's a bit of world building. It's a slice of life. It's something that enriches this. It's nice.
It's like so backwards, you know? We want people are like, oh, we want Chao Garden. We want Chao Garden. The Chao Garden experience is literally what that animation is. You're just chilling.
It's a short that accurately...
I want to play it.
Remember Sonic X looking before you go back and look at it again and like, oh, fuck me. I would love a Sonic movie in that animation style. I say that about every one of these fucking animated supplements, though.
So here's what I gotta say.
I mean, I do too,
yeah. About these animation, or about this series specifically. With the other ones, they were always advertising something, so kind of, whether it had to be like not so serious, or with Shadow Generations being like the only one that was really serious. But what are they advertising with this?
Nothing. It's just made for fun.
Yeah, it's just for fun.
I think it was meant to release around the time of Shadow Generations, and obviously the Chao were quite a component in the Sonic Generations remaster with the Lost Chao thing. And I'm pretty sure this did release later than they originally intended, because it was kind of announced to be like a late 2024 thing, but instead it's been like early 2025. So that's my theory, but like as it is, it's just some short stuff for people to enjoy. Now, one thing I do want to note, this is where I will get critical. It's not of the actual animation itself. It's the rollout of this thing. I think releasing it in parts and then putting it in 9x16 rather than 16x9 was a really bad move. It put it in such an unflattering light because it clearly... hasn't been animated to that aspect ratio, but also there's a lot of people that will have looked at it, seen it's in portrait, and then not taken it seriously. Like, that's a thing that happened for me, is I wasn't getting stoked for new episodes because I just don't like watching things in that aspect ratio. I don't browse YouTube shorts very often.
So,
I'm
See,
a film student. I like my shit to be... Go on.
4x3, we get it. Zack Snyder got it.
I didn't say I literally can't win, can I? I didn't say anything this time.
I mean, pretentious film major, we get it. But the thing is that one, obviously the vertical aspect ratio makes a lot of sense because they're releasing these in like 1 minute parts, so they're trying to target the people who watch short form content. The other thing I was gonna say is like, you realize like they released just some random ass animation, not really marketing anything, and it was not released under some kind of behind some paywall. What's the big fucking deal?
It's also like really
that's true. And also I think everyone,
even though it's in portrait, it still translates very well in portrait.
Yeah, no, they did a good job making sure you could still tell what was going on. Like it wasn't hard to see anything. It wasn't like bad.
I still think it casts a really unflattering light.
I think literally what they were doing is, whoever the social media people are right now, were like, if we release these as shorts, it's going to be good for the channel, and then we can do the compilation later. And that's exactly what I would have fucking done.
Yeah.
Like, that is exactly what I would have done.
I find, again, film major, so I'm going to be a little pretentious about it. But
YouTube's not about being creative anymore.
I find the idea of cropping a beautiful animation like this to 9x16 is like the equivalent of going to Le Louvre, going to see the Mona Lisa, and it looks like this. Hang on, wait, I'm going to put it on stream. Silent moment, very awkward. There we go. Imagine you go to Louvre and they've cut off 2/3 of the Mona Lisa. Like, that is 2/3 of the screen. That's 2/3 of the short you're not seeing if you only see it in that
still,
format.
the main focus is still in highlight, though.
It is, I would have gone with something.
Cropping an image is different than that, though. I would have gone with something like how Disney Plus cropped The Simpsons into like 16x9.
I think that's also very egregious
because
too.
It actually ruined shit.
Or
I think
imagine
that-
like
I agree
someone's.
with you on something like that.
Tell you what,
You know?
I'll
So,
make another analogy that will probably be maybe even easier to understand. Imagine someone's cooked you a steak, but they've cut off 2/3 of it. You'd be pissed. You want the whole steak. And it's like with this, I want the
Rather
whole
like,
thing, please.
The
Like,
whole steak, in this sense, wouldn't really benefit me, really.
why would it not be?
It
You're
doesn't-
getting the whole thing. I don't believe
I mean,
in
Because
I
like
don't
it's,
know,
it's
from
like
my
it's
perspective,
really
I'm not gonna go
short
through it.
shorts put into like a long.
I don't care.
Like if it's like a
It's an
minute long and
8-minute
it's
short that's
widescreen-
been cut down
Yeah,
into
yeah,
a
but
minute
like if it's
each.
being
It's not
released in
8 minute
shorts,
shorts,
right?
it's 8
If it's
1-minute shorts.
if it's being released in parts and it's just widescreen and it's like a minute long, why would I care to watch a minute long widescreen short?
I object to them even cutting it into minute-long shorts. I think they should have just released the 8-minute thing. Now, I get why, from like a continuous content perspective, they didn't do it that way, but I wish they'd had at least like a 16:9 alternative at the time of release. Or if they're going to put them in the shorts thing, shrink them so like you could still see the full frame. I'd rather see the full frame and
I
have it
was ugly
smaller
as shit though.
than
When they put the whole thing in there, it looks bad. You would have to do it like you would have to make it like a landscape short for that to work out. Because otherwise, it's just gonna be tiny on screen. It's gonna look like shit.
No, Webster, it's not been rotated, though. It hasn't been rotated. It's been crammed into a space where you can't see the full frame. If you watch the
Like, if it
16:9 version of Chao Tales...
enough to figure out what was going on, then I'd have an issue.
No, but the thing is,
We're
like,
not
also,
losing
you've got, like,
anything
the
from
fact
the
that...
shorts, though. Like, only
You've
thing
got
we're
the-
losing is like seeing more of the background. Like that's really the
No,
only thing you lost.
it's not.
Yeah,
There's
that's
like
literally.
several...
Oh no, I can't
there's-
see that tree over there. Ruined. It's over. I don't want to watch the scene. I can't see that tree.
Anyways,
Okay, would you want to watch a movie in portrait?
No, because it's a movie, pup.
Yeah, but this is an 8-minute short that's
It's
been
a
cut
short.
up.
There's something different here, pup.
But it's...
I'm
look,
just willing to believe. I'm like willing to bet that they probably, when they like had this thing commissioned, when they hired the people to make this, they probably said animate this in a way that we can use it as shorts as well. Like animate it so everything's like center on screen, so we don't have to worry about shit. That's probably the intention to begin with.
Animated in 4:3.
I don't believe in taking something that has been as meticulously animated and illustrated as this, and there are still subjects that are in frame. You get the most important thing, but if you just dial things down to its most important thing, shove it on a fucking screen that is not made for that, like, it just feels cynical to me, and that's just the thing, is the rollout of this
That's
feels
YouTube.
cynical. I love
YouTube
the
is
short.
cynical.
Yeah, but why can't I complain about that? Why can you complain about that, but I can't? Why can't
You
I?
can. I'm just saying.
I'm complaining about it. I hate it. I hate
It's
it.
gonna
Like,
keep being that way. Ever since Google bought YouTube, that's what it's been like.
Since we're complaining about aspect ratios, Dylan brought up The Simpsons on Disney Plus. There's a setting you can
That was abysmal.
yeah, there is
There's a setting
fortunately
that
a
you
setting to.
There is
switch
a
it off.
setting, yeah.
that you can.
Yeah,
switch
that
it
wasn't
off.
available at first, and
Yeah,
that's
I
why I
know,
stopped
it
watching.
wasn't.
Like, yeah.
But yeah, I wish we at least had a 16:9 version of it from the jump, because I wish that could have been the way I saw it the first time, you know? I don't just want to see a fraction of it the first time and then get the rest later. I wanted to experience this the first time as it was originally intended, and I think it kind of sucks. I mean, I'm not someone that likes vertical media. I find it very uncomfortable to look at.
Unfortunately, that kind of format is just what's popular now.
Yep,
like, you may
that
not
is
like it,
been
but
popular
unfortunately,
for the
most of
last
the people that they're
decade.
marketing towards watch.
But
short-form
that's also
content
like
that.
saying there's a lot of stuff that's popular right now. AI is popular. Don't make it good. Now, I'm not saying that this is comparable to AI, but I still consider it
this
to
really
be.
isn't.
I still consider like taking something that has been made to be 16:9 and putting it in an aspect ratio that it wasn't made for to be an act of artistic vandalism. It might not be the most severe case in the world, but I just consider it to be the case. If I had made something and, oh yeah, we're going to do the big release now, this is the first time everyone's going to see it, and everyone's first impressions is a third of it, I'd be pissed. I'd just be really pissed. And I doubt,
You say that like we're missing huge chunks of the story or whatever.
but,
though. Like,
yeah.
it's really not. Like,
No, but the thing is,
I don't think it's that big a deal,
just talking
'cause, like,
about, I'm not just talking
everything-
about the story. You're boiling it down to its bare essentials.
But I
I'm
don't-
talking
okay,
about the
then
fact that
what-
I
what
want
are-
to see
no,
the full image.
I'm boiling
The-
it down to common sense. Like, there's nothing that we're missing except for like extra background things. Like, I get what you're saying. It's just
It's
I don't
art.
think it's that big a deal.
It's literally art. I just want to see what these people have made. I want to see the whole picture.
Great.
And now you can.
Okay. Yeah, you can. Like, it's here now. Like
Like,
I mean,
why is the Simpsons
that it
crop
should
not
have been
okay,
there.
but then this is okay? Like, why are we just drawing the line at Simpsons? I think this
Because
is.
the Simpsons crop wasn't made for that crop specifically.
I don't think
Yeah, no,
this
like,
was
that's
either.
why- that's
There's
what I'm try-
literally,
that's what I'm
and
trying to
it's
say.
not just trees.
But
it's
if
not
you
just
look
trees.
at
There's-
if you look at the short form versions of the episodes, everything that's important is on screen.
I
There's
don't know
nothing
why.
being cut
I don't know why this is even turning into even like a heated argument. To be honest, like I feel like
Honestly,
you could chalk this up to.
I'll just say this: I genuinely think Sega should have not released it in the 16:9, but whatever it is that they animated the whole thing in,
which
I don't know
was
what aspect
16 by
ratio-
9. That's 16 by 9 by
it seems
16
like it
is
was
the mobile
animated at
format.
16:9. Yeah, but like
was it not?
again, like I guarantee you, if we ever get like an interview with whoever made Chao Tales or animated it, they probably were told to like. They probably knew. Like I don't think it's a thing where they were like, "Hey, thanks for making this. And now we're going to cut it up and make it look
No,
better." You know, like it was literally
here's
just
the
like,
thing.
"Hey, we're going
I
to make shorts
reckon
out
they
of this."
probably
Dude.
did have a certain
You know, like-
mandate to kind of make sure that the most important stuff is central to the
that's
screen. I'm
why-
not denying
That's
I'm
why
just
I'm
saying.
the difference between Simpsons and this. Because Simpsons actively cut shit out that was there and important. Like you would miss visual gags because they were cutting the screen. But
Yeah.
this one doesn't do that, and I don't see it as like I feel like if we talk to the person who made it, they'd be like, "Yeah, I don't care." You know, like I feel like it
maybe
doesn't
they
matter.
would, maybe they
No,
wouldn't,
like-
but that's not the point. I personally object to it. I wish my first experience seeing this had been in the full-on widescreen. I think more people would have taken it seriously if it was in the widescreen. I think more people would have been excited for it if it were released in that widescreen format. 16 by 9 is what this is made for. I've put a shot up on screen. If you crop this down, you're going to lose two of the Chao that are in this frame, two of the Chao that have been animated. You could say it's just a tree. You could say they're not important to the plot, but they're nice. Someone took the time to animate
But
those.
the
It's
hero
part of the
Chao
world building.
runs
It's
onto
part
the
of
frame.
it's part
So-
of the immersion. Like at the end of the day,
With
like
the blue Chao, you get lost. Yeah.
at the end of the day,
end of
like
the-
if you went to see a movie where they framed every shot to fit in the 9 by 16. In fact, Star Wars has done that. The TV series The Acolyte is filmed so that they can put things in reels, in boomerangs and stuff like that. It's filmed that way deliberately, so there's not usually much going on the other sides of the screen. But you wouldn't want to sit down and watch The Acolyte. But you also wouldn't want to sit down and watch The Acolyte in that aspect ratio, because it's hard to get kind of immersed into that. I'm not just talking about the story. These aren't books. These are visual experiences. These are moving pictures. There's care that goes into all of this, and I'm sure they did make accommodations for that. But I don't think this is a good first impression of this short, when the 16 by 9 version is right there. I think they should have just done that from the jump, personally. I get the corporate side of things, but I'm not a guy in a business suit. I don't give a fuck about that. I just want to see the best version of this short.
It's unfortunate. Those are just the people that run it. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a pointless argument.
It
It is a nothing burger argument.
Well, I wasn't the one arguing anything. I was the one saying I just think they should have released it this way the first time.
No. You are
Hey,
like
no.
the instigator and
I
you
wasn't the one
posted
getting
arguments on this
heated
channel.
about it the first time. I was the
I'm
one
not
saying.
getting heated.
Literally got heated over the fucking aspect ratio. This is what this whole thing was about. And then you go on some kind of tangent about fucking. Honestly, who gives a
Go on
shit
some
at this
tangent
point?
about how framing in filmmaking is just important. It's just a thing that exists.
Just go. You can stay over there with your 24 frames per second, whatever.
So next topic.
I mean,
I hate
look,
Opera GX.
Look, I'll say this. I'll say this. Yeah, okay. Maybe not the greatest first impression. They have their reasons. But at the very least, we finally got like the full thing. Sure, it was after
yeah,
the
and
entire
I'm glad
series
we've got
was
it.
done. But I think what they wanted to go for was getting it in front of as many people as possible, and it just turns out that YouTube Shorts and TikTok, Instagram Reels, and Twitter or whatever, like those get out to more people than say a standard 16 by 9 8-minute video. So
Yeah.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
If they were to just put out the 8-minute video, that's just one video and then everyone moves on. but this one is to get it in front of as many eyes as
Yeah,
possible.
I think it was to
as
keep the
many
most hype
times as
possible.
It
possible.
is
going.
the marketing strategy.
It's just
Yeah,
something I don't want to encourage because, like, it starts off with this, then the next Dark Beginnings will be like that, and then the next this, that,
I
and the
mean,
other. Like, I don't
I
think...
wouldn't want it for
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
Dark Beginnings. I feel like that's a different category of like that's a different kind of thing that needs to
It
have,
hasn't
like,
been
the
framed to
full-
accommodate for it in the slightest either. I mean, there was... I think someone brought up there was that preview of Dark Beginnings where they really cropped the fuck out of it, and that was pretty bad first impression. I just think the really unfortunate thing is that there are little background elements, there are little things that complement the world building, the atmosphere of this short to help the viewer get immersed that are lost in the crop. And unfortunately, the crop is the way most people are going to see it because most people will watch the shorts once and then not come back to them because they're relatively disposable in that regard. And then
I think
so
I
it's...
would have.
So it's like, it feels like there's a lot of wasted work in that. And I'm glad they've got it out in one regard, but I don't think it's doing it justice. This was made to be 16 by 9. Like, they've made compromises here and there. But
I think I would have been really annoyed if if the 16 by 9 version was never released.
Yeah.
But with what it is, for what it is, I think it's fine. There's no real reason to be all annoyed by the release or whoever worked on it or this or that, just because it's a free. It is literally like a free animation.
Especially
that
don't
we've
blame the
been
person
able
who
to
made it.
enjoy for the last
I'm
couple of
annoyed
weeks.
about it from an artistic perspective. At the end of the day, if it only existed in that format, whatever, I just don't agree with the precedent of cropping things down to just the most important bare
and you're
essentials.
free to believe that, and you're free to think that way, and that's perfectly fine. But I think since we do have the whole thing out now, I guess
I'm glad we have it now. I'm relieved we have it now, to be honest.
Honestly,
I
me too.
find shorts viewing to be
looks nice.
uncomfortable viewing. Like,
Yeah,
I'm also,
but,
it's worth noting, I'm not someone that enjoys portrait stuff. I got two eyes, they're on the side. They don't go horizontally. They do go horizontally.
Yeah, but
they go
it's
vertically.
just one of those
like,
things. It's just one of those
What are you, a
things. that
sunfish?
it-
You talking
it's-
about?
It's for people with the short attention spans. It's, they'll watch a 1-minute video, scroll to the next thing, and move on with their day.
Yeah, I'm not that economy. So my own
but
view on that is
you are not
always
the-
going to be, I'm going to put artistry before that convenience thing, because I think entertainment's going downhill anyway. I fucking hated the fact that The Acolyte was shot that way, because it made the thing look like garbage on a TV and stuff like that.
What I will say...
Just flip
Yeah,
your fucking
you are-
phones around, people. Like, they
You
do
are not
that.
the demo. I get that you're not the demo for the whole thing, but they're not targeting you because
Yeah,
they
but
know
it's,
that you'll come
it's-
back to you'll come back
it's-
to the 16 by 9 version.
I don't know. I just
They
don't like
know.
the direction entertainment is going in general, and I think this is another symptom of it, and I'm going to complain about it. That's just how I see it.
Dude, just be grateful. No, I'm just kidding.
Just be grateful, man. Like,
But yeah, I get it. I totally get it because like I get all up in arms about aspect ratios as well. That whole Simpsons thing. If anyone's ever seen like any release of like Dragon Ball Z on DVD or Blu-ray, those do the shitty 16 by 9 thing, and they do like horrible like upscaling that makes it look terrible. So I totally get it. It's just I'm glad we have the option. You want to watch the shorts version?
the
Go
option.
for it.
Good.
You want to watch the 16 by 9 version? I'm talking about Chao Tales in this scenario. Go for it. If you're watching Dragon Ball Z on Blu-ray, you're kind of fucked.
Right. We got one last topic here, and that is Sonic X DC issue 3. Now, my earphones are currently low battery, so I might have to do a quick audio changeover in a sec. But and people wonder why I didn't use wireless earbuds earlier. This
Do me a
isn't great.
favor. Okay, everyone needs to start buying wired headphones.
I
case their
genuinely,
wireless
I
stuff
gotta
goes
admit, I
out.
prefer them. I prefer them. They don't run out of battery. The only reason
But
why I went
see,
for
the
wireless this
issue-
time is because I've just had a few too many break on me, and I was just like, okay, like let's just fucking go wireless.
the issue
gotta
with
get some
getting
quality
wired
there.
is I'm so used to like standing up from my desk and walking out of my room to go do something.
That's
Yeah.
fine. It's
Yeah, me
just,
too.
You know, Well, I'm not used to that. I'm just like, oh, okay, I'll be back. Put the headphones down, walk out of the room.
All right, so DC X Sonic issue 3. Has everyone read it?
Nope.
Unfortunately, no.
Damn.
I've read everything except I've read the 2 before that.
I was going to go to my local comic store to get it, but a couple stuff got in the way, so I wasn't able to.
I guess I'll just weigh in just my fairly spoiler-free thoughts then, I guess. So I really enjoyed this issue a lot. I think it might be one of my favorite issues. I think there is a thing of people are going into this with quite high story expectations, expecting like quite deep narratives and stuff like that. That's not what this is. This is pretty much the definition of we got the toys out of the box and clinked them together. And for this kind of thing, so be it, you know? Like, I want to see these characters interact, and I think it's cool that this time we got to see the villains and the heroes interact, which is great. There's obviously little bits where I think we could have gone a little deeper. Like, you guys know the general premise of this issue, right? You know that much?
Yeah. It's the Sonics versus the regular villains of the DC universe.
Yeah, so it's effectively like the Sonic League versus the DC universe. And I guess my only point of critique would be I think we could have just pushed it a little further in that, like, the Sonic League could basically replace the Justice League. They all step into their shoes, and they're all amazing at it. Like, Shadow is a worthy Batman. Knuckles is a worthy Superman. Also, I don't know why Lex Luthor is drawn like Kingpin, but he is. They made him fat for some reason. So I don't really get why they did that. But
all on hard times. Ever since NFT failed.
It is very much power scaling. It was like, could Sonic beat Reverse Flash? Could Shadow beat the Joker? I love how Silver is just all in on this Green Lantern thing as well. That was in the preview pages.
Wait a minute.
He's got everyone's name.
Well, there's probably
Yeah, I
the
saw that
greatest.
preview page.
He's got everyone's
I just
name
thought about this.
memorized.
Like, the picture of Sinestro is funny.
He's got everyone's
If
name
he's-
memorized, and he's acting like he's been waiting for this moment his entire life. He's so in his element as a Green Lantern.
Silver doing the Green Lantern's like credo is just so fucking good. Oh, I can hear it. Like the fact that they make a giant Pico hammer construct. Ooh,
That sounds awesome.
very good.
I was gonna say like, oh, why did they make him like bald and fat? It's like, there's a bald and fat guy in the Sonic universe. I think that's why.
Well,
I think they did want to
Yeah,
draw
yeah,
up those
they-
parallels, but still, I was just like, why does he look like Kingpin? That's so weird.
Knuckles actually specifically mentions that. He says all these bald evil scientists are the same or something, or like something like that.
In terms of story,
I
it is
also like
very,
in the,
very
I also like
A
in
to
the thing
B.
where Lex thinks that the Chaos Emerald is kryptonite just because it's green, which I find very, very fucking funny.
Yeah, there's that, but I also love
He does not
Knuckles'
make
like
any
reaction.
tests, nothing.
I love Knuckles'
Yeah, he goes,
reaction
yeah,
because
thanks
this
for
draws
that.
up.
He's back. Wait a minute.
This draws up like the difference between him and Superman. Is like he's like, okay, fine, flies off. He's like, wait a minute, did you try to poison me? Just come like crashing
You're
back
trying to kill
in.
me. Look at Austin.
It's
That's great.
the comic is very simple, very A to B. It's like, you know, they got to get the emeralds, they go get the emeralds. You know, like everything is very convenient. But as far as just being a crossover for these two IPs, I don't think I could ask for much more. Like, could it go a little deeper? Yes. But at the end of the day, these character interactions, these character mashups, are just pure comic book fun. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm enjoying this so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes next.
I will still.
Yeah,
I'll
it-
say this. Like, so far out of the issues that I've read so far, like my favorite interaction is just between Amy and Wonder Woman. I think it's just really funny.
Oh yeah, you have an invisible car?
It's like, oh, sorry, Amy's got to fill up before we go.
Yeah, she's got to charge her car for a bit first. We're just waiting on her. Don't worry about it.
Give it a chest
Amy
bump?
actually did get something to do this issue as well. Tails got fuck all. Tails got absolute fuck all once again. He is getting shafted in this. However, there's I'm not going to give away exactly what it is, but there's a little Archie reference in there as well, like a little tongue-in-cheek Archie jab. So it's quite fun. I'd imagine Ken Penders, like, they do touch on something that is a Penders property, and
boy.
I can't wait to see what Penders has to say about this.
That makes me more likely
I
want.
still think-
Like I want to read that more now.
I
Want to know?
still think of that screenshot you sent from the other episode when you search up Ken Penders.
Oh yeah, yes. the man standing to
guy's
say
standards.
something controversial. All right. In that case, shall we move on to super chats, which we do have to get through fairly quickly because my headphones are on low battery. So
Yes.
if you don't want to
Sure.
hear these boys echoing, then you're gonna have to cut it with the super chats now, gang. No more money, please.
No, we'll accept your money.
You know what? Fine. Yeah, money for echo is fine. Actually, I don't care. But like, all right. That's it. Super chat cut off. Thank you all. All right.
Hey,
Um,
what the shit?
Let me just pin that. Okay. Dilnor, you want to start us off with Borger?
Yes. Giorno with the 10. Was it
Rupees.
Brazilian Reals? or
Brazilian
something?
Real, rather. Sorry.
Real? Yeah. Hey guys. Yeah, I did listen. I do listen. I just usually don't. Hey guys, have you all seen that we're getting IGN interview with Azuka about Worlds, and it's directly after Summer Games Fest, so it probably will be getting new footage there. Have a nice day. I hadn't heard that, but that actually is exciting. I'd like to see what they talk about. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I'm excited.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Thank you, Jono. Mr.
There we
Krabs,
go.
Mr. Krabs, with the $1.99. Gromit, it Wario/Sonic Time Friday. Gromit.
Like, you have to put Gromit in there twice. He doesn't.
It doesn't get any more sane, does it? Thank you, Mr. Krabs. Borger.
Here we go.
Franken.
I don't even know what this is. Okay, well, Mr. Krabs with the $1.99 US. I don't even know what song this is.
You could just do spoken word if you want, like.
Is it Homer saying rumbling, it coming, rumbling, beware?
That was as good as I could ask of you. Don't worry about it.
I'm confused. Like, I need to know these references.
Yeah, no, it's always hard to do something like that if you don't know the song. Like, that's why, like, I don't remember what it was, but maybe I guess one thing against karaoke, right? Like, I know Pup, you've said recently that, like, oh,
You wouldn't do
karaoke
karaoke with your
thing, you
family.
wouldn't do that, and I think part of it is like if someone's like, hey, come do this song with me, come sing with me, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, and it's like a song you don't know, it's like, okay, yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, like,
Oh,
what am I supposed to do? Like, I can't sing it. Like, but
That's worse.
if it's a song I know, then it's a song I like. I like that. It's fun. Like, if I'm in a good mood, I think singing's fun.
You wouldn't do karaoke with Frank. You agree with me on this, right?
I've already
Yeah, no, I
done.
wouldn't.
I've done karaoke with my family multiple times.
You wouldn't
I
do
could never.
karaoke with your family. You just wouldn't.
I've only ever
No.
done it once, and it was with friends.
I've
I
just
think
put
that
this
your
up on
friends
screen.
will judge you harder than your family. I feel like if I'm with my family, they're gonna be like, "Good job."
It's not the
yeah, good
judgment
job,"
I'm
you know?
worried about. It's the vulnerability. You're never more vulnerable
What do
than
you
when you're
afraid-
singing.
If it's the vulnerability, then you are worried about it.
Singing is a form of vulnerability.
It's the same thing.
Going up on stage and singing is like going up on stage and being naked, and you wouldn't do that with your family, would you?
That's
Wait,
very
you
different.
would
but
do that
yes,
with your
I agree.
friends?
I wouldn't do that.
I mean, I wouldn't do it with my friends either, but like, we'll move on.
So Pup, the stick in the mud. Then okay.
I am a stick in the mud. Yes, I hate fun. It's
I
why I'm a
think-
Sonic fan.
For me, it's like a comfort thing. Like, there are only certain, like, I feel like there are things that I could not do around family that I can comfortably do around friends, and it's just more of like a,
Yeah.
well, I mean,
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't know.
comfort thing for me too. Like, put it this way. I will happily sit down with you guys and be like, God, I want to fuck Rouge the Bat. Whereas, like, around family, I'll be like, fucking what's that? I don't know what that is.
yeah, especially with like if you have inside jokes and then you gotta, it's just like, no,
I mean, I also don't curse around family either.
no,
I've given up
do.
on that. When I was a kid, I didn't. But then, like, as I got older, I just like. I think my parents were always of the camp of like, hey, you probably shouldn't do that in school or like around like official
Faculty.
like stuff, but like at work or stuff like that. But like they're just words. Like as long as you're not hurting someone with these words, it doesn't matter.
So my thing is like, my parents were like, yeah, you can
I'll
swear
say,
around as if you
"Fuck
want
you."
and stuff when I was younger, but like, I've always just kind of been like, dude, you changed my diaper. You've wiped literal feces out of my ass crack. Like, this changes the dynamic. I can't be comfortable around you.
I feel like that's the exact opposite. Like, if someone's done that for you, doesn't that mean there's literally nothing you could do that would ever make them feel weird?
Yeah, nah, can't.
My
Like,
thing is
look, here's
just-
the thing. I'm a human first, their child second. Like, that's how I see it.
My thing
fair.
is
I mean,
more
that's
of just
fair.
of,
Yeah,
of,
I know
like-
everyone's different. Seriously.
of like the sense of like my sense of humor, like that. With my friends, it's like whatever. You know what? I'm gonna be comfortable like saying whatever
Very
joke.
blasé about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
There was
like,
a time
I'm
when
not
I
gonna
was like
be as-
recording a Sunset City episode while I was at my sister's over the holiday season, and I come back in after, like, I heard you swear. I was like, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Oh yeah. I mean, my parents also heard me swear a bunch because I did YouTube stuff too. So they were like, "Oh, okay. You know, who cares?"
Yeah,
Not that I swore for a while. I kind
Oh,
of didn't
take
swear.
this.
I have a different opinion now because, like, before on YouTube, like, you watch my original content from like 8 or 9 years ago for a while. I wasn't swearing, and then like in streams and stuff, I would be like if I swore, I'd be like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to, I didn't mean to swear." And after a while, I was just like, "Why am I
That's
doing
so
this?
you.
Who the fuck cares?"
YouTuber, stop swearing.
You know? I know. I was worried about other people, but then I was like, "This is my channel. Like, if you don't like that, then you can just not listen to it." I guess I don't know.
Sometimes you get a
The funny
kid
thing-
like saying like stop swearing, like fuck off. But secondly, like you're a kid, you should be fascinated by this stuff. Where's your sense of wonder? Go away, nerd. Fuck you.
Wow, their sense of wonder's been taken away from them that early. Man, they
Yeah,
work
like
fast.
you should. When I was a kid, I was like, give me the curse words. I want to hear it. Like
When I was a
said,
kid,
fuck.
I learned every single curse word.
Holy shit! Frank is a master of cursing.
Well, I didn't go like Shia LaBeouf on it, where it's like I was using it incorrectly every sentence.
Right. Let's
Although
quit
I-
because obviously we're crunched for time because of these fucking headphones.
One quick
Thank
thing
you,
is that
Skull Candy.
I also found that like if I stream on my own, I'm usually very like careful with the words I use. If I'm streaming in a group, I'm just swearing like a little more frequently.
Oh yeah, my
Yeah,
whole
it happens.
like personality changes around other people. Like I think everyone's identified that. Like in my own videos, I'm just me privately. Like yeah, I'm going to talk about Sonic. Sonic is cool. But when I'm with the guys, you know, I'm like we got to sling some tomatoes, you know? Like we got to sling some dick, you know?
I've not heard that saying, but I agree.
I don't know if you should agree with that, like knowing what that means.
I
but-
agree with it 100%.
All right, all in, great. Then let's move on to the next one. We are a little crunched now, so Borger.
All right, Borger KB with the 199. Thank you. Excuse me, it's actually Bertram.
So he's
Oh, yeah, Dr.
referring to
Robotnik,
the
that's
fact
his name.
he was referring to the Robotnik name, and like
Yeah.
like Robotnik is Bertram.
And
It's
Sonic
great.
is old.
Thank
Sonic
you,
is Sonny,
KB.
Robotnik is Bertram.
Also, Knuckles is a pangolin
alright.
in that version of the lore as well. Knuckles is a pangolin.
Rankles
Amy's a
the otter.
mouse. Supersonic is literally just
Okay,
tails.
so
Borger.
all right, so 3 Monic with the $10 US. If you see me out in Quahog, say hi. You got it, man.
I want to go to Quahog. That would be awesome.
Holy crap! We're in Quahog, Lois.
So KB sends $1.99 thoughts on the new Diddy Kong design. I
He's
think that
barely any different. I don't really mind.
a lot of
Yeah.
the Donkey Kong design discourse has kind of flown way over my head because I couldn't tell the difference between
Very-
the Donkey Kongs.
It's very Sonic-y.
Whether
discourse.
but whether or not like the Diddy Kong thing when I saw it, my first observation was that the skin flap just looks kind of gross. It just looks like there's a thin bit of skin there that you can just pull at like it's an elastic band and just go thwap back on his eyes.
Yeah,
It just
I
it's
don't like
kinda
it when you
gross.
say things like that, but when he's in motion, like I can kind of hardly, or I mean, not that we've seen him in motion, but like, you know, when he's gonna be in motion and when he's just in renders, like it's such a small little thing that I'm kind of not like I'm not really that bothered by it. I guess
I'm just more bothered
Donkey
about the
Kong's design
fact
is the
that
one that I
like
can see people being upset about because it's really like changed. You know, it's like it's got a different philosophy basically.
My
yeah.
big thing when it comes to Diddy's design, Diddy Kong, I must specify, is that like in the Super Mario Brothers movie, they took away all his fucking weight. They made him thin. I'm like, no, don't do that. No.
It's on Ozempic.
I guess he's always been a little bit. He's always kind of had a little belly on him. Like even in Donkey Kong Country 2,
he's a chunky.
extending.
He's chunky.
Yeah,
he's a
kind of
chunky
chunk.
boy.
And they
He's
put him on
relatable.
Ozempic.
Yeah, the fucking
I don't know. The Donkey Kong like redesign stuff is like so confusing to me because like I look at the redesigns and like yeah, I noticed the differences, but like what I don't see what the big issue is.
They fucking import Ozempic to Donkey Kong Island. No. Actual
It was
Amazon.
Mushroom Kingdom. Them and their Toad Zempic.
Right, you're fucking killing me. You're gonna kill me.
He
with
went to
that
go
one.
get
Diddy
his
Kong Ozempic,
his
like,
he went to go get his fix while he was at the Ozempic games with Sonic and Mario.
holy shit. I don't know if Diddy Kong's ever been playable in a Mario and Sonic game, has he?
Well, he's on his way. I think he is.
They always have Donkey Kong, but he's never Diddy Kong usually, I think. He might be in Winter games. He might be in the Winter DS games as like an
I've
NPC.
got the
maybe.
Winter DS game, so I'll be able to report back to you. But okay, let's get on that next one as well. Borger. Franken.
Okay. KB with the $9.99 US. I absolutely loved how cartoony the animation was in the campaign video.
Yeah, it was
Oh yeah,
fun.
no, like they did
Yeah.
incorporate more of those cartoon philosophies. I just wanted to be tidied up a little bit. Also, Frank, I'm just noticing now your profile picture on Discord, because of the black background, it really reminds me of that profile pic that every piece of shit garbage on YouTube has. You know the one where it's like the video game character, he's quite low poly, he's got the glasses on, and he's quite shadowy.
No, I
What is the name
I
of...
genuinely thought you were like taking a shot at
Reddit?
Dylan for that one. Like
No,
very
no,
video
no,
game
there's-
glasses on.
Oh, yeah, I didn't drop it.
No, there's one... what's the one? What's the one where everyone that has that profile picture is just a piece of shit?
Do you mean like the default profile picture for YouTube?
No.
Like, just like the...
There was a YouTuber, and he started this trend. He made someone eat their own feces on a live stream through manipulation,
Ugh.
and he
I
had that
don't-
profile pic.
Well,
Yeah,
Okay.
YouTuber
ugh,
who made
No, don't Google it.
Don't Google that. I mean, Pup can Google it all he wants.
Google it. Your children
Yeah,
watch
you know.
No, I'm trying to find out who the YouTuber
Fucking
was that
children are
made the
watching.
guy do it. Ah,
I only know about the
Doesn't.
YouTuber that made a homeless guy eat toothpaste.
there's some real nasty people on
Oh,
YouTube, isn't
wasn't
there?
that Shoe Nice? Wait, Shoe Nice is the one who ate the toothpaste and all that weird shit before, right? Are you talking about that guy?
Yeah, he gave like a sandwich to a homeless person and it had toothpaste in it.
Oh no,
Oh,
sorry,
I
that's not.
found
The,
it.
sorry, I was thinking of another person. No, that was not Shoe Nice. Shoe Nice
I
just
found
ate
the-
weird things. He would like eat cigarettes and shit.
I found the picture I was talking about, at least. I'll put it in the chat. But, Frank, your Discord profile picture reminds me of this at the moment. And you'll know what I mean. When I say everyone that has this profile picture is a fucking garbage human being, you'll know
Where did you put it?
exactly what I mean. Okay? I'll put it in Backrooms.
I do see the Asphalt collaboration.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. It should be there any second now. There you go.
Oh, that
Is
one.
that from Postal or something? No, not Postal. Is that from? Actually, it might
think-
be.
If you
I
see
think I've
someone
seen
on
that-
the internet with this profile pic, and I'm putting it up on stream, they're a fucking awful human being. They will always write the worst comment, but the original guy who had that profile picture is also walking human dog shit. Anyways,
That's the Postal guy, then that actually makes complete sense. I think it is. I think it actually is supposed to be the Postal guy. I'm not sure.
right.
actually-
Let's now
Yeah,
finally.
I've seen that profile. I've seen that profile picture before. I just never knew where it came from.
You will always get the worst comments from people that have that. Anyways,
That is true.
um,
I usually get bad comments from the worst comments from people with Sonic in their profile picture, but
topical. Sorry for derailing that for a second, Borger. I think you're up, Dave.
Yep, KB with US $9.99. Thank you. Anyone remember Steven Butler's art in Archie? He was basically the Adam Bryce Thomas before we got Adam Bryce Thomas.
Let's have a look.
Stephen Butler. Let's see which one.
Stephen Butler Archie. I'm just looking it up. I wouldn't say he's comparable to Adam Bryce Thomas. His art's got very different quirks to it. Like personally, when I think of Adam Bryce Thomas's artwork, I think of some really beautiful artwork. And this is nice stuff. It's not as like on model as say what Adam Bryce Thomas tends to do. Then again, they had different requirements as well during the Archie era. They could go a bit more off model.
Oh, okay. I do like the idea. I guess this is an IDW versus Archie almost because he's doing the IDW stuff, right?
Yeah, Adam Bryce Thomas
the IDW look better.
I think Adam Bryce Thomas did also work on late
appealing
Archie.
to me.
Oh, I get it. No, I get it. I get what you're saying.
Some Archie stuff really freaks me out. Like some Archie stuff look really uncanny.
I get the reason why he's saying that he's the Adam Bryce Thomas is because he's made some quite raunchy artwork, including like Sally Acorn and stuff. And Adam Bryce Thomas, I believe, did start off as an NSFW artist. So that's a cool fact, and that's why I love Adam Bryce Thomas. I think he's great.
Actually, wait. Don't a lot of people start off that way?
Yeah, the majority of the majority of artists working will have drawn NSFW of the characters that they work with. It's habitual at that point. Just
like you remember, like the SpongeBob people, like the SpongeBob animators and stuff, had all those leaked
and
drawings
Super
and doodles
Sponge
that they did during production of like, it's like really NSFW stuff of like.
Yeah, I think
weird.
what happens is just that these artists get bored sometimes. And are just like, hey, what could we put in the fucking forbidden box, effectively? You know, I think that's... Obviously, you know, be careful which characters you're portraying, but, like, if it's all good, clean fun, it's all good, clean fun, you know?
Oh, what character?
Kind of the same
ways. SpongeBob, but he's impotent.
Yeah. I kind of see it the same way as, like, I don't know if you've ever seen this pup, but I think Dave and Frank probably have. But there was a while back, like, a Funimation leak where, like, all of the Dragon Ball Z voice actors... They just had been saying like there was some heinous shit that they recorded.
It was really like sexual stuff.
It was leaked. It was like really
sometimes
weird sexual.
I think the reality is there's a lot of people that when they get the keys to the kingdom, they will want to have a party in the castle at some point, and I don't really care.
Yeah,
like as long as there's no like bad play involved, then like it's all good, clean fun as far as I'm concerned.
But yeah, it wasn't like meant to be released. Obviously, like all those things, they're meant to be like behind closed doors. Does that mean it's okay that it happens? Not saying that. You know, obviously they said some really bad things, and that the
I've never heard that stuff. Like I don't know anything about it, so
it's really bad.
We will have to get that.
It's like Goku saying things that you would have never ever wanted to hear Goku say.
You ever want to hear Goku say the F slur?
Oh, but fan projects are so bad, Sean Schemmel, aren't they? They're not allowed to do that. But this is just fine. This is fine. Okay, fine, Sean Schemmel. You're a dick. You know that, Sean? You're a dick.
And it doesn't stop like there, but like there is some potentially implied weird stuff, but I won't go any further with that topic.
Right, on to the next super chat then.
Very explicit. So I was just using it as an example. Anyway, next up we have KB with the $9.99. Between Chao Tales and the Chao Races and Badnik Bases arc from IDW, I think Evan has a lot of love for Chao and the Chao Garden. What is Badnik Bases arc? Is that the one where the possum dies?
Yeah, no, there's an arc in IDW called Chao Races and Badnik Bases.
Oh, sorry, it was one arc. Yes, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I read that one.
And I believe Evan Stanley was the lead writer.
Right?
Yeah, I think Evan Stanley was the lead writer on that
Omega? Arc. I think, right? Because, like, isn't that where they take Omega? Because they were like, oh, we could probably fix him with the parts that this guy has because he's a scavenger. And then eventually they do help Omega because he's just the head after the Metal Virus arc.
As far as, like, the main, like, line Sonic stuff goes, I haven't actually gotten that far, to tell the truth. Like, so a lot of the IDW stuff I've read has been through the compendiums, and I've only got the first two, and then through editing videos for Nick, because obviously I need to familiarize myself with the material in order to edit a video about it, so I end up reading a lot of the comics that he does videos on. So that's where a lot of my post-Metal Virus knowledge comes from. But I don't think I've ever edited...
Immediately after... Yeah.
I've never edited
after Metal
a video
Virus,
on that
they did the
comic.
Chao Races.
I've never edited a video on that arc before, so I won't have read it yet, but I will get to it eventually.
Yeah.
When I get my compendiums back from storage, so that will be a thing.
I don't like the Clutch the Possum character is fine. Like I don't think he's anything crazy special or cool, but like he's fine. Like he's a decent villain. I like that they've added more like villains that are actually good. You know, like
Yeah.
instead of like when we add villains in the games, it's the Deadly Six, and we're like, oh, okay.
I've noticed that, and this isn't like a massive criticism, but I've noticed that most of IDW's original characters tend to go for really earthy colors compared to like the main cast.
Yeah, it's set them apart, I guess.
Yeah, like a lot of like IDW characters are like green, brown, gray, light blue, kind of more natural colors, while like the main cast tend to be more primary. I kind of wish we could get a bit more colorful with some of the character designs, but that's my only real complaint. Like, I mean, in terms of like art design, I think the artists are like really amazing on these Sonic comics.
Absolutely.
I think my only issue is post Metal Virus. Some of the stories can get a bit dull. I do agree with like Nick in that regard.
Really? My only issue is the comic book I'm holding right now.
Which
We've
No,
got
get it?
if we didn't
Ooh.
have
Issue.
one more
Oh,
super chat.
Yeah,
If we didn't have one more super chat, I would have fucking ended it there.
Boo this man.
I actually respect it. I'm not gonna lie. Let's get that next super chat.
Thank you.
This is me. I will be reading this one. So thank you to Mr. Krabs for the $1.99. The song was from Attack on Titan, and it was sang by Sim. Let's fucking keep it that way. Thank you, Mr. Krabs.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Attack on Titan, so
Yeah, I've
And
watched it, but I didn't recognize the song,
And
unfortunately.
that concludes
I like the first
today's.
opening. Like a
I've heard the first opening. That's it. Like I didn't go any
It's good.
further.
It's
And
a
I
good show, and it actually, this is like very quick about Attack on Titan. It becomes a show that I was not expecting it to become. Like I thought it was just about people, like big guys eating little guys, but it's like there's a lot going on in that show behind the scenes, and it's kind of crazy. But it's worth a watch, I'd say. It's fucking
I
awesome.
only know the second. I only know the second opening because there was a Super Smash Brothers animation that somebody did. In
Oh
this
yeah.
that one's so good.
It's very good.
All right. Well, Dylan, since you introduced, how about you outroduce us?
All right. Thanks for being here, everybody.
You're welcome.
And Pop, what are you doing?
I'm going to work next, I think, on a video on the Thunderbolts movie. And I know that's quite old news now, but I think it's a terrific movie that I think deserves a video about, like, what, you know, sets it apart from other recent Marvel movies and why I think it's a really special one. So I'm going to work on that. But in the meantime, if you want to see the most recent videos, we've got a video on Sonic Rumble, and we've got a video on the latest Doctor Who episode and why it is for shit libs.
Okay, all right.
Okay then.
Yeah, I want to see that Thunderbolts movie. You keep saying it's good, so I'd really like to check it out.
It's great.
Which I was surprised about because most Marvel stuff that comes out these days is not always great.
It's great, but they've done a marketing thing on it that I'm completely against. But like, you could probably guess what that is.
Is it the
AI.
asterisk? The asterisk they put on everything?
I like the asterisk. It's the fact that they've kind of officially changed the title on posters and stuff. And that title just refers to a little twist at the very end of the movie, and I think that completely sets it up for failure. Retitling the movie.
Oh, I'm not going to look at that then. I will not look.
It would be like if you had a movie about Wolverine and then titled it Spider-Man after its release, and it's like, what the fuck? That's just not what that is.
I think I know
So
what
there's
you're
like
talking
a
about.
surprise character in there. Ooh. Okay.
Well,
I'm interested. Don't tell me. I'm going to go find a way to see this movie. It's not streaming yet, is it?
No, not yet. I'm surprised you haven't found out yet because they've been very public about it. But like, yeah, I
I
wouldn't
mean,
spoil it.
marketing wise, it's been very public.
Yeah, I don't like what they've
I
done.
haven't paid attention, I guess.
it basically spoils the fucking ending. But anyway.
Glad I haven't seen it then. All right. Sorry, Frank. What are you up to? Forgot I was doing the outro.
Well, I'm sort of working on a video. So what happened recently is that I've been dealing with issues with my laptop. So I took it into a repair shop to figure out what's going on with it. I think it's just overheating, so I'm not able to work on anything with that. But I do have a video that I can work on. It is a challenge video, and it's not one that... It's on a series that I haven't done yet, so...
Actually, Frank, question. Do you have a cooling pad for it?
I do not.
I would suggest getting a cooling pad if you genuinely believe there's any life left in it. Otherwise, save your money and put it towards a new one. But, like, if you reckon there's any extra life that you can wring out of this thing, then, like, a cooling pad can be a good substitute for a fan. Although, don't take my word for that.
Less noise, too.
When I do... I'm waiting on a phone call. So if or when I do find out, you know, if it's just overheating or anything and it just needs to be cleaned out, then that's good news.
Yeah.
And then I'll still get that, you know, I'll get whatever I can to...
When the time comes and you get another one, no more Lenovo. No Lenovo. Don't Lenovo. Lenovo's gonna Lenovo. Don't do it.
I would agree with that, yeah.
Next computer, I'm going like desktop. I
You can't-
kind of have to.
Yeah.
You can't spell Lenovo without no, alright? So just remember that.
I know.
Also, happy birthday to Samuel, for fuck's... How do I pronounce it? Anokie. I don't think it's correct. It's never correct. Can you tell me the correct version so I can wish you a happy birthday? You know, happy birthday, Samuel. I'm gonna go on a first name basis. We're now buddies.
That works, yeah. Samuel.
We're all
Happy
friends
birthday!
here.
Happy birthday!
How much we've been through together.
Yeah. All right, Dave, what are you working on lately?
Not much, but if you want Sonic Rumble stuff, I'm the guy.
He
Stream
streams
it
all the
almost
time.
every other day.
Dave is giving you more
Language
Sonic
post.
Rumble than they're officially giving you, so tune in. If
I'm
you-
like the only Sonic tuber that covers Rumble this extensively.
Yeah,
he's the
They
Rumble
recognize
guy.
he's the Sonic Rumble guy.
Yeah,
That is me.
but not only if you want to be, and we won't force that on you long term because it's you don't have to be stuck in that. Just so you know.
No. I mean, I don't mind being the Rumble guy. Like, that's pretty much all my content focus right now. Just Rumble stuff. And I mean, I have started up doing more short form content on TikTok as well. Funny enough, I think somebody actually commented on one of my TikToks that I did the other day and was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it's Dave Ace from the hit podcast Sunset City." So I don't know who that was specifically.
See, our podcast has appeal.
But I guess I have reached that side of TikTok somehow.
Nice. I like to see that. That's fun.
There we go. There we go. Now we just gotta get you paid for something at some point.
Exposure.
Yeah.
Alright then,
Painless
off
guide.
come the clothes if you want to get paid in exposure. I won't stop. I'm
Oh,
just
God.
over here. I'm uncomfortable. This is like karaoke with the family.
Okay.
Dylan, what are you up to?
Hey, Dylan, what are you doing? I've been streaming some stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if some of you guys have been on my streams. I've been crashing out every couple days, and I want you to know that's why I privated the previous stream. I just didn't like how it ended. But I am taking a few days off from all that stuff. I've talked to people, and I've had conversations with family and friends, and I am feeling better than I was like last week, a few days ago. I know I still sound kind of negative today, but it comes and goes here and there. I mean, I do have a very negative viewpoint on a lot of things these days, but
The
I'm
reality
trying
is
my best.
he needs to leave Sunset City because he's got a toxic boss. It's why all the other guys left.
but yeah, no. So like for anyone who is wondering about that, I'm doing a little better. And
Alright,
next
don't
week I'm
deny
gonna
it then.
try
Fuck
and
you.
do some streaming.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
make
try
it
to do
worse
some
now.
streaming again, do more Persona and more stuff like that because I'm looking into getting a job right now. So videos are probably going to be pretty scarce. I'm probably just going to be doing mostly streaming.
But guys, Dylan, wait, do you have a Patreon, Dylan?
Yeah, but I mean, channel memberships are Patreon, yeah.
Guys, make him rich. Let's get a link to this thing. Make him rich.
Make me. But no, you don't have to do that. But I appreciate it.
No, you do have to do that. You have to force them, Dylan. This is the part of the thing.
You will make me rich, or else.
You gotta
we're
mock
also-
them. Like,
Yeah, no, I appreciate support and everything. I appreciate everyone just dropping by the streams and hanging out. Like literally, just the streams I've been doing at Persona have been like a million times more fun than me working on videos for the last while. Because like I'm just hanging out, talking to people, and you guys have things to say that I want to respond to, and it's just good. I like that. I like the communication.
That's why I like
You know, like
streaming
I like
mostly.
streaming. So, yeah. But yeah, thank you to everybody who's
But
Yeah, I
also,
appreciate you.
like, we are also taking commissions as well for Super Mario 64 low poly model imports and stuff like that. I can create you a model. Dylan can import it to Super Mario 64 and make it work and shit. Do all that technical stuff that I can't. We have two former clients here that are going to now shill for us.
with James Frank.
Yeah, go on, guys. Come on. Say how good it is. Come
I
on.
was verbally abused by Pup.
Yeah, I sent Pup 2 pieces of concept for my character, and like he completely ignored the first one when making the first model.
And then
What do
proceeded
you
to
mean the
objectify
first
the
model? There was
character.
only one model.
You know, you were making a model. You got halfway done with the head, and then I was like, I was just saying that like I like the design of the first, like the thing that I gave you, and the second thing that I sent was for coloring, but you were basing it off of Jamo's art.
Instructions unclear. I'll do it again.
No, it's
And then
fine.
he
it's
began
fine.
to
Do it.
start. And then he began to objectify the character. So
I mean, yeah, okay,
Pup and
okay. So I
Dylan
did talk a
are
lot about
service.
ballooning, but like, like
Pup and Dylan are a great team.
that's the way the
Support.
cookie
Weird.
crumbles,
yeah, all right, I'll say that. Yeah, they're working.
Because of
really
the
good.
Switch. No, I'm not. I'm not trying to. Oh, I'm not
They're
getting a
the
job
best.
just for the Switch 2. So that is definitely something I would like to buy.
They are the best.
I mean,
in the
as
world
I
at
am
it.
right now, I cannot afford a Switch 2. So I guess that is part of it.
He's getting a job so he
But
can
he
feed
might-
his cats. That's the main
but he
thing,
might-
here, guys. He's
That
got
makes that too.
dependents.
Yeah, I need to feed my cats and myself.
Become a member, do a super chat, whatever.
Afford rent and stuff, that kind of thing. But
Yeah,
I'm fine. I'll be fine.
YouTube.com/Garrulous64. Become a member, super chat. There's like
Yeah.
a super thanks. Get him
If
that
he's
Switch
like,
too.
and you're, don't put yourself in financial trouble for a streamer ever.
I've just
Become his whale.
give money for Dilnor's cats. I will destroy them if you don't.
Oh,
You got to make them want to donate, Anyways,
threaten animals to make them donate.
yeah,
For,
threaten the animals.
for every super chat, they will save.
Save a
an
cat
animal in the
for every
wilderness.
one you don't. We'll
Oh
kill
my
one. We're
gosh.
really playing hardball.
Jesus. All right.